when they play at their locals, Tomberry does tend to go Bayo every so often. So,
interesting.
Hey, there's definitely some precedent here. On the other hand, Longo, the surprising thing there is Dark Samus.
Honestly, that's not surprising to me because Longo, people like Longo and Raflo have been like, not exactly realizing nowadays, but just been saying that nowadays that like Samus needs to be looked at more.
Oh yeah.
They're a better character than people think. I know EU already knows that.
You're
but
in Europe,
the
yeah.
other world, the world, you know, as they like to say, doesn't actually know that yet. So we're trying to prove that more. Longo going to be doing a good job of that by showcasing his Samus. But right now they're starting off with the Rob, while Tomberry's on Terry.
Yep, a big start right there for Longo, going for his, you know, the final boss from the get-go, trying to get some momentum. On the other hand, as you mentioned, Tomberry always keeping that main as the final boss, right? The big boss, the surprise. So we have opposite strategy, right?
In the gyro zone. Does find a way out. Does find his way out. But I was going to say, it's interesting about interesting aspect about Squash Track is if you're going to be the person to have your best character to anchor, or if you're going to have your best character straight out to get the stocks early. So
dude, I'm a fan of leading with your best, dude.
Really?
It gets you in the zone mentally, right?
All right.
Because you're getting momentum, and that's what's going to lead you there. Destany has Go Enable. We know what kind of damage that can do, especially since Tomberry, as we mentioned before, he knows this character, right?
Yes,
it's not just the Terry. So I just want to see, is this Go going to be impactful? No, it will not be impactful.
But Terry seems so volatile in Squad Track, even though he's a volatile character in general. But just because he has that go move, if you don't get to reach it, he's kind of a waste of a stock, in my opinion.
True. Hey, looking at the matchup now, though, Bayo, traditionally seen by a lot of Raw players as one of the worst matchups for Raw, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's something that you hear a lot from, like, Zama's, like, yeah, this character has insane matchups, but he also loses to, like, random mid-tiers. Not that Bayo's mid-tier, again, we're in Europe, please behave.
We are Europe, yeah.
But you get what I mean, and I can see why. Which time can be rough, but if you die at, like, what was that, 80? Rob nearly untouched, and now, this is what I was talking about.
Yeah, I see it now, I see it. Starting off with literally his best character.
Shut
oh
up.
my god, he's
Shut
dead.
up.
He's dead.
Longo said,
There's
you're
no need to
anchoring?
talk. There's no need to talk.
What are you
bro.
anchoring?
Only anchor I saw is just getting straight down to the bottom of the sea, the bottom of the blast zone.
you were diving down. Oh my goodness.
Longo taking no prisoners on that ship for sure.
We're playing Squad Strike. Solo round, what I thought.
Obviously.
So, yeah, we're seeing the same lineup out of Tomberry. Maybe a difference in order. Longo deciding on the third. Cloud, there he is. And same matchup. Let's see if the arrangement is going to be the same as well.
This feels, this whole like lineup from Tomberry's side, it feels kind of centered towards this Rob. You know, he's got like the bayonet is kind of annoyed. I think he's starting out bayonet as well. I think he wants to kind of get the Rob out the way. But Longo doesn't really care about that. Like you said, using your kind of strategies, you know, I'm just going to get the stocks early, the momentum early, and push ahead. And it's up to you to stop the train. But, you know, if you ain't got that power, I'm just going to get these stocks and get the next game.
And if you do have the power, it can become predictable as well, right? Like, you're trying to make a comeback happen. No, that's a little bit linear for me. Here it is, the pressure immediately, early combos. Who's the combo character now, Bayo? Look at that, 60 already.
Rob can box.
Yeah, well, dude, that down tilt is a Shoto down tilt, like, for real. That can push you across the entire stage. Now Bayo has some combos of her own. That up B especially fatal against Rob. Oh, footstool. I like it from Longo.
Yeah, any type of extension he can get. Longo was very nice to get out of that situation, but he tried to get down to into the gyro, put him back into the gyro zone, but just missed on it.
Oh, a buffer on the Witch Time is going to leave Tomberry dry here, and that means that Longo, again, big momentum. Of course, the recovery is going to succeed, but look at the damage. 135 on a light character. That up throw would have done it. Good spot dodge by Tomberry. It's a little bit harder to get.
Yeah.
But Tomberry does so. Oh. Ooh, this could be big. This could be big!
Yeah, on a big hand like Rob.
Nice SDI.
I was going to say the SDI was really good from Longo to escape. Gets the laser zone, and that big laser, oh man, supercharged.
Tomberry kind of mashing out a disadvantage, and in that situation you cannot, right? So, not really playing to the matchup as well as he could be. And that's why we see these lasers just connecting a little bit more often than
yeah. But now I want to see if Terry can do much more than the game one, because I felt it was kind of useless. I felt like a kind of empty slot. I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah,
okay.
but that's a big start. That's a big start. I was about to say, right, Rob has rage, which makes it easier to push Terry off stage, but hey, Terry denying that immediately. Not
I got jab 2 up B, bro.
Exactly. All right. And Longo's Cloud, it's a Smash 4 classic. He's been playing Cloud basically since release.
All right.
So it's not just a Cloud that came here because of Spargo. It's a Cloud that's here because of funnies, right? Because of that veteran status that Longo does have. Look at that, and we see it in the advantage again. Tomberry very aggressive, very hitbox heavy out of this advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say again with the the mashing and trying to just kind of get back to the stage very aggressively. Longo seems to be punishing quite well, just swatting him away with back air, chasing him with that limit. The speed buffs are definitely helping him, I feel.
True, but the damage output on average here is way in favor of Tomberry. Tomberry a little bit less than Salt there, but the power wave is going to be nice damage. Oh, the turnaround, and Longo no punish on the whiff either. They're scrabbling, and the scrabble is won by the golf swing itself. And now the anchor is actually a huge part.
The big boss is out.
Yep. No clones, only Tomberry does it the way he does it. Neutral B, get rid of the grenades. And what you got to do as Cloud in this matchup is just limit camp a lot. Because
yeah, I was gonna say just go for limit, right?
Yeah, because here's the thing about grenades, they're good, right? They're items, which makes them better projectiles by definition. But they also have very predictable timings. And because of that, you usually don't really hit someone by just grenade camping. And that means that, hey, even if you get hit once, all right, you can trade, what is it, 12 for a full bar limit. You take those. So that we see Tomberry just kind of like winning the
great trade in Cloud's favor, but the Dark Samus out looks like the actual final boss at the moment, doing a pretty good job. And I feel like Snake's gonna be really annoyed by the charge shots that
this is the same dynamic, but in this situation, the grenades actually stop this charge shot, which is a huge,
very annoying.
That said, it's all right because you just get another one, right? Like it's the same dynamic as with Limit, where it's all right. Ooh, the sticky. We're not cooking. It got dropped. It got dropped. Nice grab, Longo. This character is very basic RPS, right?
Yes,
like you read a jump, you get the forward air, you read a shoot, you grab, you read anything else, you charge shot. It is very straightforward in that regard. Longo going for a big play, not hitting it, but the damage is wrecking. Look at that, 94 on Tomberry. Meanwhile, Longo looking pretty.
I'm so surprised he didn't get hit by it. He didn't get punished with the up B. I think that was a Siski up B, bro.
That was a Siski up B.
Definitely. That's why he didn't get punished.
Learn from the best.
You have to. Takes the grenade hit instead of actually going for the roll.
Yeah, smart. Most Snakes don't expect you to get a protect against a grenade, so you do it anyway.
Pick your poison type of moment, and he chose the antidote apparently. But still, Tomberry applying a lot of pressure.
There's that hits. Longo with a 2-0 lead. Hey, that was looking a lot more tight than the first game, but still, the control was there. And I liked what the Samus was doing there.
Yeah.
Kind of switching from that charge shot defensive game style to more of a focus on advantage state, which is huge, especially, well, we didn't really see it, but especially on the ledge, because like Snake doesn't really have a ledge jump. He does, but then his ledge options are awful, right? So in a lot of ways, it's easy for Samus to get that corner pressure, that ledge trap pressure started. That said, what Tomberry did was very smart. Whenever he recovered, he just went extra high so that he didn't have to deal with the recovery, like the ledge trap in the first place. But then we saw Longo kind of adapting that with the forward airs, with the up airs. That's where those big hits came in. Now, no more Cloud. No more Cloud. And we got PT instead of Bayo.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand the PT pick because I think PT does pretty well against like what's it called? Sorry, Longo's roster. Apart from Rob, I think Rob kind of destroys PT. Personally, I don't know. It feels like they don't really get a chance to move in.
Ivy does well, but
apart from Ivy, right?
Ivy does well, which is surprising. Normally Ivy's kind of like the odd one out. But yeah, no, I got what you mean. Rob does generally well against this character. Outranges Squirtle, just camps out Charizard.
Right.
Ivy has some tools, but still it's Ivy neutral, right? Not
yeah, and I feel like Rob just boxes Ivy. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, if you get there.
If you get in close though.
Okay. Yep, this is what Squirtle does to Rob, and then you go to Ivy. This is perfect flow chart from Tomberry so far. Ooh, look at that, the backer pressure using the platform. That's a tweak special. Ooh. Yep. Where? Back air. Ooh, this Ivy's doing well.
Yeah, Longo's finding it hard to kind of get in. We were actually talking about just now how is he actually going to get in if he wants to box.
Oh, there it is.
Just like that, run up, why not, man?
Profit on deck.
Down, tilts in.
Into the nair pressure. Ivy really struggles with that. If her back is turned, she can back out a shield, but it's a very, very big if. Now, when Ivy's on the ropes, the disadvantage comes in a bad way too. There's a Charizard switch, basically your only option there, and now you're dealing with a pretty subpar neutral. That said, you're one hit away from winning this. That's the up tilt, the high smash by Tomberry, but the up tilt is picked up, and the up air, bad DI on it by Tomberry as well.
DI either, right?
So, that comeback was insane, and that's kind of what we discussed, right? Like, yeah, PT has some stuff, but the disadvantages are just too significant.
Yeah, it's just too significant against Rob. I feel he punishes that super well. And Longo was anticipating a lot of options.
Just like game one.
doing.
Yeah, that the PT was flowing out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Terry, again, the equalizer here, but instead of facing Cloud, now facing Wolf, and I like this switch by Longo. His Cloud wasn't doing bad, but it was kind of a Hail Mary up smash to kind of like make it work.
Scrambling, right?
Exactly, he's scrambling. You don't want to scramble with Terry, right? So switching to a character that has maybe a little bit more control in his hands, and so far it's a bit of a back and forth. But I definitely see that Longo is more comfortable slowing the game down against Terry with Wolf. Like this. I like this. This is methodical. They're both aware of what's at stake here.
They're kind of feeling each other out, right? And I feel like Tomberry doesn't really have to go, and he's just kind of waiting to get hit a little bit. Wait till he has to go, and then he's actually going to try and make him explode in Longo.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Wolf, right? Like, good luck killing Terry before 100. The main way you're going to do that is by two-framing the recovery.
Yes.
But you got to push him off stage first, and Longo has not had a lot of opportunities for you to do that. And that's the biggest thing about Terry. It's like, you cannot play this slow and methodical. You got to go for a bit of a Hail Mary, like, offstage push at, like, let's say 70. Because if you don't, then this happens, and now one more neutral win, and Terry has, you don't want to shoot Blaster.
No.
You don't want to shoot Blaster.
It's too laggy. I feel like Terry can definitely approach this combo.
It does 10. He's at go if you hit the Blaster. Terry once they get hit by the Blaster. There's go on deck with a bit of a better move than the Blaster. Gets the 2-frame, a trade. Close, but no cigar. Buster Wolf out of the corner gets punished, and this is where Wolf gets the kill. Down angle forward tilt, not even.
See Longo trying to scout for that back
fiending, but the fiending is not
punished. He's fishing a bit too hard.
It's not punished. And he fished so hard, it paid off. Wolf against Snake, a nice matchup for Wolf, but 167, that's looking a little rough. One grab and you're finito. Ooh,
yeah, definitely finito for sure, but you see Tomberry trying to set up the grenades, not getting any luck, and Longo pushing this percent lead more and more and more. I know the pressure's kind of sinking down on Tomberry, has to do something now, and this is where he's going to get a little bit desperate.
That's what we talked about, right? Like, yeah, you can have your anchor, but when you start becoming predictable, there's no character pick that can save you. Yep. There's the dash that got out of the corner, that greed. Another straight-up dash from Tomberry. He is fiending. And now the fisherman role has been reversed.
This man is just jumping all around in hop, skip, and a jump. I don't think he can compete with this Olympic medalist in Longo. Look at the pressure.
Big legs, big legs. The big boss evening up the stock count. And now we're back to this matchup. But this time, a little bit less of an advantage for Longo coming into it.
Yeah.
And Tomberry already working on that advantage, basically nullifying it. Look at that, the grenades countering a bit of the charge shot, but if those charge shots are uncharged, they actually get around the grenades more easily. So
yeah,
that's what we're going to be seeing more.
It's not as big, so it won't collide with the grenade, right?
Exactly.
But you still see Longo charging up the charge. Okay, now he's trying to fire the baby ones, just trying to gain that stage control. Tomberry taking his time, man. He's definitely setting up camp. Doesn't want to make any bad approaches. He knows if he takes one hit, that Samus will definitely push it a whole mile.
Yeah, she has one of the fastest down air spikes in the game.
Yes.
And a huge one at that. So definitely don't want to get caught off stage. Again, we see him going high just to avoid even being close to the off stage situation. Very smart by Tomberry, because like, how is Samus going to KO you for going high?
It's very, very true.
Okay. Oh, look at that. The baby charge shots, like you said. The Zair, that's also a huge addition, right? The Zair is going to be a big, big boon getting past the nades, but not if you keep charging, not if you keep reversing Longo. He's not getting juggled, really, because Tomberry kind of like happy to just camp him out. Look at the timer, 2 minutes on that as well.
Oh, wow, didn't even realize.
But that also is giving Longo more ins. It's giving him more openings. Down B, not even used. The baby charge shot, the chase. Longo, he's fiending for that final hit. A back air hit there would have been fatal. Chases down, but the grenade actually saves him. The back air is not a sweet spot. Tomberry lifts, and there's the up throw. The DI was good. He almost died, though. Another grab, the pommels, the up throw, and Longo with the comeback. That is why you need to push your advantage state. Longo getting away with absolute murder.
He just didn't get to land. That whole sequence at the end was just godlike. He didn't get to land at all.
And vice versa. Like, Longo got put in the air.
Yes.
He was just chilling. He was floating all the way down with Samus fall speed, right? Tomberry a little bit too complacent with the defensive game, with the slow neutral. And Longo saying, okay, well, if you're going to be complacent, that's giving me openings. And those openings, that's what I'm feeling.
I got what he was going for in Tomberry. He was trying to be, like you said, trying to slow it down, trying to buy this time and find a way in to open that door. But like you said, that complacency was just a bit too much, and in the end, Longo made him pay for it at the end, and very hard to play as well. Yeah. Very hard.
That sequence lasted like a full 30 seconds-ish, right? And that's just like pure dominance from Longo's side. Absolutely entertaining gameplay from Longo. Gonna advance into the next round of our top 6. Meanwhile, we're gonna be moving on to, I think, another loser's round.
Yep.
We got Jony against Destany.
So I believe Jony is a French Lucario.
He is from Austria.
Austrian Lucario.
Austrian Lucario.
I literally met him at VCA, yes.
Yes, he is Austrian. And, of course, Destany. We don't have to introduce him. One of the best Terrys in Europe. I was going to say the best, but Darkstalker.
I'm sorry.
You know,
you can't say that to me, bro.
Okay, well, I mean, I can say one of the best. And I can say the same for Darkstalker as well. And then we're on the same page, right? Yeah, Destany, extremely talented player. I've been a fan of him since Smash 4 when he was a lot less known. I had a really nice opportunity back then to go to Switzerland, which is where he's from, to, you know, attend one of their tournaments. And I got to play him myself. And back then he played Little Mac and Meta Knight.
I do remember his Little Mac and I do remember his Meta Knight, yeah.
And I was sitting there like, how does this man make Little Mac work so well? And then the Meta Knight, he has fundamentals, which is, well, and this sounds like, I don't mean to diss anyone, right? But in smaller countries, oftentimes you see less fundamental play because you get away more with the gimmicks, because there's less good players to check you on the gimmicks. And most of the players aren't strong enough to even learn the gimmicks, right? Like, it requires a really good player to counter a really good gimmick. So oftentimes what you see is that from those smaller countries, you see some of these like unknown characters, like kind of like weaker characters come out because they can't succeed and thrive in their own environment. Destany, entirely different player, very fundamentally sound, love his Terry gameplay. It's still Terry, you know, like you're gonna see the standard Terry stuff, but the underlying thought process, the underlying positioning, the mix-ups, it's all there.
Yeah.
And it's A+ class as well. Oh, look at the characters. Look at the characters that Destany is pulling out. Meta Knight, Little Mac, Terry is the lineup. He was very excited for Little Mac in this game. We saw some stuff early on, like for example, being able to do like the neutral B and like shield canceling it, which has super armor. It lets you land a little bit more easily. He can do side B into up B in this game, right? Overall, just a lot of buffs from Little Mac, a lot easier to pressure platforms for Little Mac as well. He was excited for Little Mac, and actually was a little bit lost until Terry came out. But once that character came out, he like latched onto it and really made it work.
I was going to say, it's interesting that he's still playing his Smash 4 mains. On the other side, you've got Jony. Had no idea who else he plays other than Lucario, but obviously keeping Lucario at the back, like we said.
He does have a Greninja. His Greninja is tournament. That one is tournament ready.
Okay.
That's not just like I've seen it. It's not just it's just a secondary pick. It is one of the go-tos. It's Greninja, Lucario, and then like the Pichu. I've never seen the Pichu before. I think it's kind of like, you know, the Pokemon lineup. You know,
Pokemon fan.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I get it.
Hey, if you only play Greninja and Lucario, it's just a little bit weird. You know, like you cannot like add a Fox or a Falco to a Wolf to a lineup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
So I mean, the Pichu coming in clutch. Players setting up the stuff right now. Meanwhile, we are super happy to be here. I've said this like 5 times now. It's like I'm feeling that air. Oh, I'm gonna talk about the event. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, bro,
like,
I could talk forever about how happy I am. I've been happy all day, all weekend.
Insane. We're getting treated so well by the staff.
Yes, I've been shouting out Damascus. I've been shouting out everyone.
And Cover.
In Cover, yeah. Reversal, just everyone in general for just holding it down.
And the atmosphere here is just like amazing, right?
Crazy.
Like right now, the reason why this audience behind me isn't super stacked is because they're all over there watching the main stream, which you guys should do as well. Like, you know, open up both streams. They have a full-on light show ready to go for dubs. Meanwhile, we're here, Squad Strike. We got a nice audience here as well, right? 4T for HIKARU, for the Dutch, or well, the European representative, including a Dutchie, is what I was gonna say.
Of course.
So yeah, people are kind of like just walking around, interested in whatever's happening here, because we got side events, we got main events, we got everything you need to keep you entertained.
We got this set coming up as well. I'm actually kind of excited to see what kind of happens. What, you know, I want to see. I haven't seen Destiny's Little Mac or Meta Knight in a long time, so it'd be good to see the return against a Pichu. I don't know how Little Mac wants to fare against Pichu, but what characters Little Mac really want to fight in general?
Right, exactly. Pichu, on the worst end of the spectrum, though, right? A character that mostly thrives with offstage pressure.
Yeah.
That said, Pichu is known for having a really easily to frameable up B, and Little Mac is known for having a really
I was gonna say, that down smash does a lot of work. So.
Oh, parry! Look at that. That's the Destiny I know. Making it work, the ground game on deck, playing it safe, not engaging in the platform gameplay, instead waiting. Jony using that pressure using that time to set up their own pressure.
Like, I feel like you need so much patience as a Little Smack main.
You do.
You have to wait a little bit, you know? If you just bide your time and just keep running in, you're going to get thrown off stage. It's not going to be where you're comfortable.
There's so many things you cannot do. You got to focus on the things you can do.
Yes.
The thing that I like about Lil Mac, though, is if you do have that KO punch and you get the KO without using it, you're gonna be taking away another character. You know what I mean? There's a lot of potential there, but talking about potential, the little mouse yet to be grown up, but already taking names, getting that Meta Knight stock, and immediately the reversal Destiny with a great reaction to the up air right there.
Yeah, tick for tack, just making sure you know they're not stuck doing really anything. And now the Lucario's
this match is awful, right?
I'm confused why it's second.
Yeah, second is an interesting position. You would think Lucario would go first and then get the most out of the aura.
Yes.
Instead, going second, interesting decision. And on paper, this matchup is, I think, kind of bad. I think Lucario is really easy to combo for Meta Knight.
Right.
That said, I have no idea how Meta Knight plays around Aura Sphere. I think Aura Sphere just kind of like dominates the neutral. Meta Knight historically really struggles with projectiles, right? But once he gets the hits and converts them, it's deadly.
Yeah, that Sphere might be the saving grace for Lucario for sure.
Ooh, nice patience. Jony going for the back throw. That's a nasty setup. If you DI that wrong, it is a tech chase, and then you get forward smash. You definitely die here. Up B, going for the solid damage right there.
Yeah, just getting, like, that's what I was going to say. Solid damage combos, not going for too much, just going to what he knows. And I feel like that consistent damage is going to help him in the later game, you know, when it comes to like the last character down.
Yep, I agree. And that's what we saw last set, right? Where Tomberry just didn't get exactly what he could have.
Yeah.
And right now we see Destiny learning from the mistakes and instead taking only what he can. But the Aura Sphere, ooh, that one is huge. And still getting clashed out by the Power Wave. We got Destiny's main here. Both these characters, comeback mechanic characters. Anything can happen. SDI's out of the up B confirmed. Destiny, a little bit greedy on that, right? Could have gone for the power dump.
Yeah, and now they're going to be paying for it now. Look at the percent rising. You see Hikaru looking kind of strong. Watch the power of the aura. We're watching this Aura Sphere blow up in real time.
Of the aura, friendship incarnate. There's the neutral beam tech flash trap into the dash of Saibi, just all the way across the stage, but Terry a little bit too heavy, not even at go percents. That is the threat that Lucario poses. Destin looking for a parry, looking for a way in, finds some, but Jony just disengaging immediately. Ooh, he's not pulling the trigger on the neutral beat. There it is, the roll in, the down B and the punish. That is not even it. Terry's alive, and Jony messes up the punish, but
no way.
He lives.
But it's go time now. You know, you gotta watch out. Both these guys are going back to the scramble yet again. And I feel like Terry wins these scrambles, but it doesn't matter. Arrow Sphere off the ledge. That's like a classic Lucario play.
That's a classic. Samus does that. Mewtwo does that. Lucario does that. I think Samus is best at it because she can Zair back afterwards.
Yeah.
But Lucario, especially with the aura, like the way you can mix up the up Bs is insane, right? Like you can up B all the way to center. You can up B like at high enough aura. You can even go under the stage, right? Think about it like a Smash fill. You can just like just travel, right?
I just feel like you need to know about stuff like that. If there's an exam about Smash Bros and you know there's a question, and the answer, you know, the question is, oh, what does Lucario do off the ledge if he has Aura Sphere at 4%? Oh, I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna throw it off me, of course. It's huge. I'm a high percent.
It's gonna happen.
It's a 5-mark question, guys, and I would get all 5, honestly. I believe in myself.
It's Coach Copter coming through.
Coach Copter, yeah, there you go. Metaphor's gonna be at me soon, bro.
All right, so let's see. Are we gonna see the lineup switch? I think at least the order is gonna switch. You don't want to see Little Mac against Pichu again, right?
Really interesting on that Lucario, but didn't even need to go for an injury in the end.
True. And that's like the thing about Lucario, right? Sometimes if you don't get the KO early enough, trying to get the KO is enough of a risk to basically never find it. And we see the switch. Destiny leading off with the strongest character, right? Going Terry first.
Following the strategy now, right?
Following the strategy, building that momentum. And momentum, by God, you need it against Jony. Jony with the Pichu. Still a good pick against Destin's team, right? Because Destin's team, outside of Meta Knight, but, you know, the two carries, in my opinion, you know, Lil Mac and Terry, both offstage weak.
Yeah.
Pichu loves that.
Even still, Jony keeping the same order, so, you know, if it isn't broke, don't fix it, and it doesn't seem to be.
Love the SDI from Jony. He's not getting hit by much of the jab, right? Jab up B didn't work. Even jab power dunk didn't work. Gotta wonder if Pichu's size has something to do with that.
I was actually gonna ask, yeah, maybe Pichu's size has something to do with it. His hurt box. Maybe some shifting going on, and okay.
Oh, Jony, kind of sweating a little bit in his chair. You can see a little bit of nerves on his face, actually. And I actually talked with Jony before. He asked me for some advice at one of the Austrian tournaments, and he was like, struggle with nerves a lot. Do you know what I can do about that? And Really see a little bit of that in his expression now. Back to focused gameplay. Lucario on deck, and the momentum is building. But you see that little go meter, it's flashing. And
worried, man.
Yeah, I'm really worried. There's a desperate forward smash. Trying to end this before it gets out of control. The Becker misses as well. Jony going for the side B grab, gets punished for his trouble. And this is looking rough for Lucario. Yeah. Okay. Not the ideal DI, but did the job for sure.
I feel like if Terry doesn't get any stocks with Go, it's like I said, it's a waste of a stock, man. Like, it's not doing much. It did put a lot of pressure on, though. Jony's a little bit scared, like I said, the nerves might be trying to settle in at the moment, and that lip smack's not going to help it at all, man.
And let's keep in mind, right, all three of Destiny's characters don't really have a projectile.
Yeah.
So this Aura Sphere is just like constantly winning this long-range war
Didn't even think of that,
every single time. And that is why Jony's playing so defensive, because he knows I have time to charge up the Aura Sphere, and then I dominate the neutral. Now, KO punch on deck. If you're Destiny, you just want to throw it. Don't let this Lucario live a frame longer than you need to, or you save it for the range. This is what we talked about last time, right? Okay, gets rid of the KO punch. That's a huge advantage for Jony already.
Jony getting a bit antsy. I think the nerves are definitely trying to creep in at the moment. Seems to be doing a lot of rash options this game. He's getting a little bit desperate. Just wants to close out, but that's not going to help you, man. Little Mac, a pretty high percent, but still can do a lot of damage. He's trying to do that right now. And Jony doing a good job of just running away, not doing too much, but nice getting the fair, sneaking that in. Nice. And the percents are now even.
Yep. Greninja versus Meta Knight. Another one of those weird matchups where they're both like amazing at whiff punishing, but Greninja has, again, it has a projectile controlling that horizontal plane, and that's what you want to do against Meta Knight. Destiny mashing a little bit, pretending like it's Brawl, but still picking it up. And he picked it up and brought it all the way to the finish line. Jony dropping his controller for a second there.
You tried to give it to us, brother. We're commentating. We can't play, you know. Like, chill. You have to play. I know we're the coaches, but you know, you do your job. Just a bit unfortunate.
So
there.
yeah, Jony not getting the most out of the lineup as he wanted to, right? But I think the factor there was definitely Lucario, and I think it's not really. Well, part of it is Destiny playing differently, right? We saw some adaptations. But part of it is also just like, look at the draw, right? Sometimes Lucario pops off. Sometimes you get neutered before you can get to that stage.
Yeah.
And this time we just saw him die a little bit too early. Not before doing massive damage, mind you, right? Because we saw him almost take out the Little Mac even. In a lot of situations where Destiny just like barely avoided a horrible situation. So it's a game of inches. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a really good way to explain it. You know, it's hard, you know, to keep consistent, and that's what I like with the dynamic of having three characters. Because sometimes you have to switch up the game plan. Sometimes you might play the same play style, but it's just a different type of game plan altogether. You know,
adaptations, right? Like you can play the same style, but the decisions you make within that style can be radically different. A lot of players don't understand that nuance.
Starting off with Terry just seems so scary for Pichu.
Oh yeah, but if Go is not active yet, we've seen that Pichu does fall out of the combos, right? With some accidental SDI, I should say. So without the Go, maybe still doable. So far though, definitely the Terry game plan working out. High crack shoot, I like that. Ooh, there's a grab, back throw, big damage on that back throw.
Yeah, that whip punish was super good from Destiny. Just kind of weaving in and out of Jony's range with the Pichu, grabbing him and, you know, putting a lot of damage.
Ooh.
Jony's getting the Destiny. He wants that down B kill. He wants the early kill straight away.
Want to talk about nerves? Want to talk about nerves and man. Destiny. You see what Destiny is doing in movement? He is constantly dash up shield or like dashing out. See that dash in, dash out. Yep. And he's waiting for Jony to make the first commitment. And Jony, he is cracking.
Conversions, by the way. And Destiny's just getting so much damage. I know Lucario wants that, but still.
Yeah, Darkstalker could never.
I won't say anything on that matter. He's not in squad strike. He's focusing on singles for a reason.
The same left trap as we saw. The sheer respect that you give Aura Sphere is letting Jony just dash all the way in.
Yeah.
And people are not ready to react to him dashing all the way because, like, let's be real. I think that mix-up is a little bit more of a gimmick than like an actual true mix-up.
Yeah.
Where it starts becoming true is when you dash up and you don't side beat. You get what I mean?
I feel like a mix-up that's relying on fear is definitely a gimmick.
It's emotional, right? Yeah. And Destiny right now is cool as a cucumber.
Yes.
We're adding the C's again, fam.
The C's are back, bro. Making a return. I know he's from Austria, you know, we're going to bring it back home as well. all the way to France. Damn.
Yo, that's the second time he hit the Greninja with the run-up forward smash. First time to win game 2, and then again to get the big dub with the Little Mac. Waits for the dodge as well. Goes for an aerial follow-up with Little Mac. Fab,
No way he calls him out
this
like that.
man, it's called KO Punch for a reason.
No way he calls him out like that. He was stuck in shield for ages, forgetting about throwing your controller down in game 1. That man just literally just held shield the whole damn time. He needs to check that R button. I think it's not working. I don't know.
Stuck. It's stuck.
Might be stuck.
Listen, the fear that Destiny had for the Aura Sphere, Destiny inflicted back on Jony 3 times as bad with the neutral B. Am I lying? I'm not lying.
Not at all. Not at all.
So Destiny grabbing the reins of the set, grabbing control over the interactions. We're seeing the same lineups, but Jony taking a little bit of time to reconsider the order, maybe get a bit of a better matchup against the Terry. And there it is. We're seeing the specialists, the lead characters face off from the get-go. I like the choice.
I want to know why he's probably switched from now, the game 3 or game 4, sorry, why he switched now to go to HIKARU first time.
I feel like losing twice, it solidifies that it wasn't a problem with like the play. It's more like, okay, maybe this is like an inherent problem to the team, right? So I think it's fine to wait out a decision like that just a little bit. And he has the room, right? He hasn't lost yet. He has games to play with. There is more to be done.
Yeah, there is definitely work to be done, you know, and he's not doing it so bad with HIKARU, you know. All of this is just aura, right? It's aura.
All is aura.
So,
and as long as Terry doesn't have go, you're good. And if you get the aura first, Terry is not gonna have go. Let me promise you that.
Oh man, it'll disappear in seconds.
The Power Wave still negating the Aura Sphere. Destiny with a huge whiff punish forward smash on Lucario. That floating nature coming in a bad way, and the up smash, he just eliminated Jony's ace.
Every time Jony gets near a platform, he just gets really scared. You have a whole shield who starts spamming spot dodge, and I feel like Destiny was eaten out either way, not falling for the thunder shot yet again. Just gonna get away from all of that. Not falling for the nonsense at all. Yeah, adaptation for sure.
Oh my god, these juggles from Destiny, he's making Terry look like a juggling mastermind. Terry doesn't have great juggles. How does Destiny keep doing this? No way.
Destiny's different, bro.
He's different. What did they put in the Swiss water, bro? Okay. Again, looking for those juggles, getting the parries, getting the pressure, setting it up, overextending a little bit, but no punish even.
Oh, just swinging in the miss. I don't think he meant to cross up with that.
That's the K. Oh,
damn, it looks almost
so
over,
light. Yeah. This is looking like curtains for Jony, getting a nice bit of an early lead, and from there we saw Destiny differentiate himself in terms of player skill.
Bro, that built-in up. Wait, what?
Yep, talking about mentality issues.
Damn. I was gonna say about the Terry spot dodge up tilt move.
The spot dodge attack?
Yeah, spot dodge attack. That was doing a lot of work for him that whole set, but damn, Jony kind of just.
It's insane. The spot dodge attack, dude. So the thing about the spot dodge attack is that like, you have one frame to hit him, and that is like, and in that frame, the best you can get is usually like a trade.
Yeah.
Unless you like avoid the hitbox and then hit him on like the lower side of his body. But like if you jump, he does spot dodge attack. The only way you're gonna trade is if you're already deep enough to trade like the lower part of his body, then you still get hit by the up tilt. There are 2 weaknesses to the spot dodge attack, right? One of them is that it makes it harder to do spot dodge cancel into like a normal up tilt,
right,
for
yeah,
example.
that makes sense.
And the other one is that the reward is just like, it's not great.
Yeah.
Again, Terry's advantage state, like he gets insane combos. His ledge trap is fine, but it's not like he's gonna gimp you. It's not like he's gonna juggle you forever, unless you're Destiny, apparently.
Apparently Destiny's gotta be someone else in the water with that.
No, but for real, right? So you get hit by the spot attack, you're like, okay, well he did like what, 7%. Let's go back to neutral. It's Terry, right? The thing you're scared of is the spot dodge jab. So when he spot dodge attacks you, hey, you might as well count your lucky, you might as well count your lucky numbers. And
see, that's
go
another
there.
pick your poison moment. I feel like Destiny's been abusing that. Like,
yeah, true.
A lot. Puts you in situations where you have to kind of guess 2 different options. If he gets wrong, you're gonna lose either a stock or a lot of percent. But next set, I'm seeing Fritos
and HIKARU.
Bro. I've been enjoying watching some HIKARU gameplay.
I've been enjoying Fritos. I got to commentate him in DreamHack Rotterdam where he beat Tilde.
Oh, right.
He beat Tilde.
Yes.
That is an insane win. Got him into top 8 after beating M4E as well. Big wins for Fritos. Now up against HIKARU. Now, I don't know what Fritos plays in terms of characters. I know he has a Mii Brawler as a main, right? I don't know what his secondaries are.
So they also play Diddy and Mario.
Right, Diddy and
Builder
Mario,
Mario to be exact.
And the pronoun is they, them.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Them.
Yep.
Fritos, yeah. With HIKARU, I believe they're playing B-Brawler, DK,
and
I
Roy.
want to say Roy, yeah.
Roy is his main nowadays after the Donkey Kong, legendary Donkey Kong from Smash 4.
I was talking about this earlier when he was on stream.
Yes.
I was so excited.
I heard his pools match was like 2 minutes, bro.
Bro,
the reaction says it.
I commentated that, and it just. I was saying he either had a hot date, or he had like FGC.
He's on French Tinder, bro.
I don't
he's
know.
on French Tinder.
I don't know what he's doing, but he's like.
Listen. I'm sorry. Reflo almost had you guys beat. He came on the stage and he beat a villager taking 20% game 1.
I can beat that one. Streaks took 1% in one of his games.
He took 1.
1%.
Streaks is built different, my brother.
Different.
He's insane. Reason Gaming, stand up. Okay, so we got HIKARU on one side with a bit of technical difficulty here. I think one of the pro controllers might still be connected to the setup.
Oh, disconnect your
controllers. Chat, if you're at home, promise me that you always disconnect your pro controller.
Pinky promise us.
For us.
Please.
Nah, so we're trying to figure out a controller situation. Meanwhile, interesting lineups. So Fritos, me Brawler, help me again. Diddy and Mario.
And Builder Mario. I just want to make that.
They
like the Builder Mario. They like that.
Dude, I'm a Super Mario Maker fan. I love that game.
See, I think people think this is corny, but I like the wedding Mario. I don't know why. Like he's getting married. I don't know. Like he's got the hat, the whole suit.
Dude, he's going to work.
Right.
He's showing up he's showing up for a job. All right, talking about work, we got Fritos. Dude, you know what I love about Fritos? They create the me to look like themselves.
I love that.
They've been doing that in DreamHack as well. Absolutely immaculate. You're an MF Doom fan, right?
Oh yes,
dude.
I'm new to MF Doom.
All right.
I only got into them when they passed because I wanted to learn about them.
All right, get ready for some Doritos, Fritos, and Cheetos as we get into game 1 of winner semis. HIKARU versus Fritos, and HIKARU rocking the Steve.
My favorite. Not even opting for the me Brawler. It's like going Steve instead.
Oh, yeah.
Never seen HIKARU Steve, but I'm sure it's nothing short of amazing.
I'm pretty sure every Japanese player has like the craziest Steve. I don't know.
Why not, man?
Yeah, I know like Shuton pulled out a Steve at one point.
No way.
It's crazy. Okay, so we're seeing what we expected. A bit of slow-paced gameplay.
Yeah.
Fritos trying to make their way in and doing pretty well at that. So 80% on the Steve already. And the Steve still on their first bit of material right here. Has to craft a bit of a more potent weapon soon if he wants to make this stock a reality.
So I feel like Steve can be so potent in a mode like Squad Strikes, even though you have to build up your stuff. Because he's so explosive with up tilts and all sorts of stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of options you got to deal with that, you know, and you've only got one stock to deal with Steve as well.
And let's not forget, you get the diamond, it carries over to the next character that you're playing against, right? But Fritos, hey, not even allowing you to wonder about it, getting rid of that stock ASAP. And now to Rob, again, the ace on the second position here. This is the Jony strat right here, huh?
Putting your best character second kind of seem interesting, but hey, it's working out.
It's working out, yeah.
That Diddy getting eviscerated, going straight to Builder Mario, so we're definitely going to work, going to try and put in a shift. And he's getting put to work instead. Never mind, Fritos.
Okay, that's
Mario's
the back air.
So
the tech chase goes for the big stuff with the forward smash, but that fire will not connect. Roy definitely heat-proof here. Answer with some heat of his own.
I feel like a really good word to describe HIKARU to me is relentless.
Oh my god,
he just doesn't stop. He's always in your face, and I feel like Fritos really struggling. I feel like they are struggling to get any sort. Look at this.
No jump.
Relentless.
No jump. Yes.
Every single time Fritos struggling right now. Can't get any sort of ground, any footing.
It's a little bit of footing and a ledge trap for his troubles, but the ledge trap not. He knew. How did he know? How did they know?
I don't know how they knew, but they just did. But I'm so excited to see the HIKARU DK. It's been so long. But never mind. Fritos trying to prove something right now. They are trying to get rid of this DK as fast as possible.
Send him back to the zoo, but HIKARU definitely running the zoo right now on stage, controlling the match. Up tilt comes through and the back air to finish it off. HIKARU. That was a well-fought battle from Fritos. I liked what they were putting on the table.
I honestly think Fritos is one of those people where where most people have like their main and like their side piece characters, I feel like Fritos seems like a whole main course. Like he's got the appetizers, he's got the dessert, he's got the main course in the middle, and they're doing some really good work. They've been a really big threat in Squad Strike from what I've seen. And even keeping toe-to-toe with HIKARU, man.
Hey,
it's not easy.
Staying in winner's side as well, right? All the way through, all the way till HIKARU. That's no mean feat.
Yeah, they must be doing something right.
They must be doing something right. And we saw a lot of brilliance. We saw a lot of... Dude, that reactionary up smash on the roll. The worst thing was they stood there in shield for at least a full second, at least in commentary time, and HIKARU still gave them the roll.
I feel like those are the type of moments where like the best players, they just know. They know where you're gonna go.
Yeah, they sniff it out. It
doesn't matter how long you take on the ledge. I know where you're gonna go. Fritos says.
You want to go to center. It's there. It's there. And Fritos, putting on a nice show. That said, HIKARU, just a step ahead. You got to keep in mind, HIKARU has like 2 mains. Like DK, he's been sticking to DK for a long time. Roy, relatively new. I say relatively because he's super seasoned as Roy already, right? Yeah. Grinding out the Japanese region, one of the strongest regions in the world, if not the strongest region in the world. That's going to get you some really critical experience. So we're dealing with 2 mains, and then this is the 3rd main. HIKARU was a Pokemon trainer player for a really long while.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember that. He put Steve away. I don't think he was doing it for him. Maybe just kind of scared Fritos, but they don't really care about that. Opting for the Pokemon trainer, like I said, the 3rd actual main. And I feel like HIKARU is another player, like I said, with the main core stuff of gameplay. It's not just the main one and then the 2 side characters I don't really care about. He can play tournament characters with all 3 of his character picks.
You know what I hate about Squad Strike Pokemon Trainer? The switch goes to the camera.
It's very weird.
It is because there's no trainer.
Oh, right.
You should check it out. When he switches, the beam is going to get to the center of the camera. If he gets the switch. If Fritos doesn't make quick work of the Ivysaur, but HIKARU so far looking very strong. There's the up air, not quite a KO, but we're reaching the percentages where Ivysaur, see, it reaches right into the camera now. Charizard, big threat on the board right here for HIKARU. But Mario combos quite potent against this character unless you miss. HIKARU looking unbothered.
That was everything as well.
Making a cool, calm, collected decision to punish on the deck.
Interesting swap to Ivysaur. I feel like they've been quite slow to deal with Diddy, but I guess, of course, when you get these grab combos like that and you keep Diddy in the air, you can do so much, but never mind. Pretty clean from Fritos.
Loved seeing that, the back air. A bit pretty small move, all things considered, and just like sniping the opponent out. Now we got some monkey business on our hand. DK and Diddy, and Fritos a little bit greedy with the smash attacks, and HIKARU getting a single opening and pushing it all the way.
Bro, he just got his induction into the DK crew eviscerated, bro. He said, you're not allowed in the crew anymore, bro.
Revoked.
That peanut pop gun not doing anything.
And yeah, we've seen this last time, the HIKARU DK is not a good character, but the way HIKARU makes his character look at that dash attack, double back air, goes for a triple, the feint jump is going to get Fritos out of there, but is that enough? Okay.
The shot put doing a lot of work on the ledge as well, actually setting up for the fastball up there.
Ooh, we're punishing the Giant Punch? That's a Street Fighter moment. That's a Zangief neutral B. Like, I'm the off smash again.
Cross up on the shield, by the way.
69 of the Super Saiyan on deck. Now, putting on a show. Again, Roy is HIKARU's main right now, and it shows in this gameplay so far. Let's see if HIKARU can continue that. There's the up air. There. The double hit mix up.
These callouts from Fritos have been so crucial. Anytime he thinks that HIKARU's going to blade maybe the side B or any fair movement, he's always there to just call out the grab straight away.
One thing to keep in mind is that there's not really a top level Wii brawler in Japan.
Yeah.
So in terms of matchup, this is definitely Fritos' favor, but an ill-placed air dodge is going to give HIKARU the victory in game 2. That was very competitive again.
Would you call it an American air dodge or no?
It was pretty American. I'm not gonna lie.
Fritos is American. I will
say. I've seen many European.
I saw it. I commentated a lot.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Like, American air is just good. Like Loki, you get back to the stage. Oftentimes you don't die for doing it, but after Roy or Crom Jab, it's like there's. I don't know how humanity has evolved for thousands of years just to have this universal desire to air dodge in after Roy Jab. This is what years of evolution got us
I'll be honest, if I ever get hit by a Roy Jab, I spam jump.
That's the correct option. But will you spam jump when you're up against HIKARU making the comeback and then you randomly jabs you.
No, I'm
Do
probably
you
going to be
have
spamming
that?
air dodge.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to crack under pressure.
You're probably going to be
I'll be honest.
You probably want to be going to go to center stage as well. So you're not just going to be spamming air dodge. You're going to be spamming air dodge towards center. And congratulations, Copter. You've become a true American.
HIKARU's having a lot of fun. They're now going me brawler themselves.
Yep. Yep. No,
I saw it earlier, and it's nothing to sneeze at, by the way. Very explosive.
Okay, okay. But you got to keep in mind, right? Fritos has the me styled after themselves.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a power-up going on right there. HIKARU keeping it business. Right? Default me. Let's not get this tournament stalled. I'm just gonna get into the action ASAP.
And Fritos going with the Ramsey strat.
Ace
check out
first.
the coaching for sure. Biggest character for the best character first. But Lord, the DK does not give a damn about that. You don't want to get your ace in the hole at the moment. And oh Lord, looking like that right now with the top plat.
No way. DK, Donkey Kong. He is the leader of the bunch.
He is fishing for down air grabs so much. Please do not give it to him. Don't be near the platform.
What the best part is that he's like all business on the player cam. He's not even doing this for fun. This is his gameplay, and he got it. He didn't convert, but he got it. It's legitimate. This is what the best DK in the world does.
I'm so mad that they gave it to him. Why did you give it to him? Look at HIKARU's having a great time, I'm telling you.
He's having a blast. Okay, the DK again.
And he's steaming mad too, bro. He wants to get grab on that man. They're fighting for peach right now.
Oh! Fritos scouting out those air dodges, but not finding them. Not again. Don't. Okay.
HIKARU waited so long. I think a bit too long.
HIKARU with the specials to get out of his advantage. Gets baited, but this lead pretty hard to overcome for Fritos. Not getting these final hits. Donkey Kong is so heavy. 160 already. The Becker not even KOing.
Now Fritos is now staling their kill moves. Unfortunately, that flood doing a little bit of work.
He cracked the smile. He cracked the smile.
Finally,
I'm here for it.
The business is finally over. The Mii Brawler's out. And we're on some platforms. Be ready for it.
That's what it took. That's what it took. Okay, here's the Mario. No grab. Gets a jab instead. He's building. But, ooh, still going to live. Nice combo. Nice catch, HIKARU. Like you said, that Mii Brawler has some precision in it.
Now Fritos down to that Diddy, but it's nothing to sneeze at because that Diddy's been doing some work all day and yesterday too.
Oh yeah, the work is being put in right now. Falls out of the force smash. It could have been huge for Fritos.
That was some monkey business for sure, man. That wasn't fair. Oh my god, the suplex. Can I get a second one?
Yeah, he was looking for it. But
definitely looking for it.
Fritos playing it smart. Feint jump being pulled out. The banana is caught. Very nice. HIKARU delaying the banana catch actually and popping off on the player cam. Going for Roy now in a precarious situation, having to face what is traditionally a pretty bad matchup for Roy.
Yeah, I think HIKARU wanted the Mii Brawler to play for a little bit longer. That's why he was popping off a little bit, just because he didn't want him to go so early. But regardless, has one of his best characters out at the moment. And damn, Fritos with the barrels exploding into him.
He's barreling into Roy, quite literally. Now, the banana is such a huge part of platform pressure because it hits the shield, and then when it lands, it makes you trip. And so HIKARU...
Oh, you keep going. I was going to say it negates a lot of space.
Yeah,
you're right on the money.
So HIKARU really doing well at not getting caught up by that trip trap. Okay, yo, Fritos in this, 140 not dying, 140 not dying, there's a side B, and even the weak hit. No, not the weak hit.
No
Back
way.
to the gameplay. HIKARU was popping off in the player cam, goes for the trump, doesn't capitalize on it. There's the regrab, no punish either. HIKARU doesn't get back to the stage.
And it just feels like they're all scrambling now. You see Fritos using this momentum as an advantage. HIKARU pops up a little bit too early. Fritos bringing it all the way back. Banana in hand, messing around the monkey business back again.
Dude, oh, and that did not cross up, and HIKARU with the victory of 3-0. But if you looked at the games, it sure did not look like a 3-0.
Definitely not the tell of the story for sure.
Yeah, good gameplay from both competitors. Dude, I'm even more of a fan of HIKARU after that set.
He's so animated.
I
love it.
He was so all business, and then out of nowhere, it just like it cracked and it melted, and from there it was all smiles and fun and pop-offs. He even was talking to himself. I was having a blast spectating that.
So now we're gonna get T, I believe, Skipper.
T and Skipper. So Skipper. I can give you a Skipper introduction.
Oh, I love that man.
Dude, Skipper is my boy. I remember when he showed up to his first event.
Really?
I was there. It was a really bad event. It was run by people who don't know what they were doing. They were running single elimination smash.
Shout out to
ultimate.
them in Netherlands.
Heck yeah. So he showed up, little boy, like actually tiny. He's like 14, something like that. A little bit fat as well.
Yeah, I was going to say he looks great now.
He looks absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
He lost so much weight. His hair is looking amazing. We'll get to the players soon. You guys will see. But yeah, he showed up to his event. Cute little dude playing Falcon. All he could do was combos. He was just feeding for combos. That was Skipper for the entirety of Smash 4. Little dude, little fat dude walks up to you. Falcon down airs you at 0, you die. Down air futsal, down air futsal, down air futsal, knee, you die. Right? Like that was Skipper.
That's him, right?
Now look at Skipper now. He's patient. He's methodical. He baits. He moves like a magician at times. Sometimes I'm like, how are you there?
Yeah.
Right? Playing some characters that require very different skill sets, right? Falco, a little bit more of a bad, neutral, high punish character. A little bit more similar to Falcon, right? But then we also have a Roy, extremely different type of play style. We have a Chrom, also different from both of those, right? Chrom more defensive, more walling heavy than either of those. Still has a Falcon in the back, has a Fox on deck as well. Just a huge roster of characters, and he uses them all well. He has really grown in the breadth of skills in his arsenal. Really, really appreciate that.
No, I'm a big Skipper fan. You know, I've been watching a lot. I've been commentating him earlier yesterday, and I've been really impressed with that Roy, that Falco.
Yeah.
Seems to be going Chrom as his third pick for
Makes
Squad
sense.
Strike at the
Makes
moment.
sense.
So yeah, I'm really liking that gameplay as well. And on the other hand, you know, it's no surprise we've got T. Rocky.
Does he need an introduction?
Doesn't need an introduction. I will say though, as in Smash, when I was a little kid in Smash 4, I say little kid, I was like 18, not really little, but when I was 18, when I first joined Smash in 2015, I was a big fan of Abadango when he played Pac-Man, because I was also a Pac-Man player back in Smash 4. And I always watched T, the little kid that could never travel to America because he was too young, but he had the craziest Z-drop game with Pac-Man, and it just inspired me to alter my playstyle to that, right? Then now in this game, the Pac-Man, strong as ever since he's now an even better character. On top of that, you have a juggernaut of a character in Kazuya. And then also, I believe he plays Aegis on the third character, but I'm not too sure.
Would make sense. I think T came pretty late in Smash 4's time span. He came at the end. That's why no one knew him. But those who knew, they knew. This kid is a threat. He was taking names in Japan left and right, rocking the Falcon as the third character. Another combo-heavy character, right? So it fits the mold. That said, leading off with the Kazuya against Roy, that is the exact matchup that T wants.
Yeah. I don't think any Roy in the world wants a Kazuya.
Well, Yugo has to play T tomorrow, so hey.
Damn.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow for that. We're going to get into today's match, Skipper versus T. Roy versus Kazuya. And Skipper already platform camping, trying to get away with it, but T just kills you for doing that. Bye-bye, sayonara.
No way,
That's how we do in Japan. That's how we do in Japan. You made a single mistake.
One mistake, it's over.
And now you can play Falco versus Kazuya. That's even worse.
Not again.
No way. There's no chance. You trump with Kazuya.
He hasn't hit him, Ramses. Okay. I was getting a little bit scared, but you know, my chest was tightening up. I was getting a little bit scared for your boy, but you know, okay.
T just on the hunt right here. Okay. Skipper answering back. This is a huge part of the matchup, right? It is very easy for Falco to keep Kazuya on disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's one of the advantages Falco has over other traditional combo characters, is that like he doesn't just have combos, his advantage state itself is also actually really amazing because of his, you know, vertical burst range, because of his just general coverage, right? His up air is basically a sweeping move. His back air is insanely strong. Forward air, insane gimping move as well. So it's not just the combo, it's also the hit afterwards. There's a one grab miss from T and the forward tilt, the Ganon kick, but better. T just gets you off the stage like that.
Now you have to worry about the problem. How the hell are you going to recover back if he gets you with those stairs?
The gates of hell.
What are you going to do? But never mind. Okay, gets the Kazuya out.
Skipper on the board. Skipper on the board. Go Falcon instead. All right, Falcon Chrom. This is pretty advantageous for Chrom. Generally, Falcon very easy to combo. And we're already seeing a solid start from Skipper, controlling the stage, going back to mid-stage, right? Fighting from the center. That's the fundamentals we were talking about.
Yep.
Okay, Skipper gets combo broken. T, the Falcon, the weak hit knee, the weak hit knee, the nair. All right, and the air dodge goes unpunished. The knee, just the same. Skipper now in control. Down tilt 2-frame, not quite, but the ledge trap is active. No way you read that. No way you're playing against T for the first time and you read a Falcon kick out of the corner. You are insane.
You were asking, how does Skipper know these type of moments sometimes? And I was about to ask that. How the hell did he know that? You know, how did he just know to just wait?
It's just really good positioning. That's what it is. And that is, again, that's what makes Skipper so good. A little bit of a whiff on the forward smash, and there's the knee. T just pulling the trigger. And that's what T is known for. He pulls the trigger. Whenever you see his Kazuya, and like, my opinion aside, I know a lot of people were like, I've seen his Kazuya. It's not pretty. It's not a pretty Kazuya. You look at Riddle's Kazuya, like it's still Kazuya, of course, but it's pretty. You know what I mean? Like it is methodical, it is controlled, it's calculated. When you look at T's Kazuya, it's a lot more wild.
In my opinion, I just think it's better to play it that way. Not so much like ragdoll or, you know, Rago type of playstyle, but more so of like a kind of ignorant playstyle. You're playing a Juggernaut character for a reason.
That's true.
He has given you Juggernaut options, so use them.
The difference is what you often see in T's losing games with Kazuya is that he does go buck wild.
Yeah,
and
buck wild.
Buck wild. And then if the advantage state is good enough, he doesn't get a lot of chances to go buck wild. You see what I mean? And I think in that sense, the scalability of Kazuya's wild playstyle is more limited than the scalability of his cool, calculated, controlled playstyle.
That makes sense.
And that is what I'm really looking at here from Skipper. Like, I want to see him capitalize more on that weakness that Kazuya has, where like Kazuya doesn't land, Kazuya doesn't recover, Kazuya doesn't get off the ledge. All weak positions for the character because of that lackluster jump.
3, 2, 1.
Let's see, game 2. Winner semis.
Yeah, I think Skipper kind of came late into the game. Once he got rid of that Kazuya, he's doing pretty, good enough work against the Falcon. Just needs to find that stop, and obviously still have to deal with the final boss in Pac-Man. Definitely one of your troubles, but you know, one mistake, bro.
Yeah, normal get up electric. That is so invincible.
Oh man,
no, he's
one
good.
mistake.
He's good. He's not. He is not. Skipper, you're out of here. One mistake, sir. Roy back in the building. Until no 2-frame. Oh my god. Up air from ledge. Up air from ledge into 56 tabs. Are you spectating what I'm spectating?
I'm trying to tell you, if it's not a stock, it's a lot of damage.
Down beat from the platform. Scooped you off of there. Don't be defensive like that, sir.
That percent or
He
even
will
lap.
find you. Double electric back air. What do you do, Bugs?
This looks pretty to me. I'm gonna be real with you. Hasn't been that buck wild.
You're right. He's shining. He's literally golden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there it is again. Skipper with the revenge kill. We've seen this last game as well, where he got back into the game, getting that second stock, and then the Falcon was a little bit too much, but I believe Skipper has something to say about that this time around. There's a downer up air, using those active hops into the re-grab. I like this. We're cooking nicely now. Falcon trying to cook the bird with the... Ooh, did you see that drop air dodge? Drop buffered air dodge from the platform. You don't see that movement option a lot, ever, actually.
Oh. Okay, we want to see the beautiful faces apparently, never mind.
Okay, there's the up smash read, not quite going to connect, but it did hit the shield safe enough for Skipper to make it out, or to not get it punished, but make it out alive.
I was going to say, if you can get rid of this Falcon,
this is
clearly, you know, he's got a decent, favorable matchup against Pac-Man, in my opinion. Well, at least a better matchup anyway.
No, that's a good matchup for Falco.
Yep.
And he is very experienced against Pac-Man. We have
Purple Debo.
Purple Debo and Elwin.
Oh, right, Elwin, okay.
We got 2 high-level Pac-Mans in the Netherlands, and they both struggle with Skipper a lot. But they're not T. So far, though, Skipper with a bit of momentum on his hands right now.
Yeah, I feel like Skipper's kind of using this Falco as the last character, as kind of the win condition, because he knows Pac-Man will always be last.
Yep.
So he wants to have this matchup on deck.
Okay, the key on deck, that's going to be huge. Careful for the reversal from the ledge. Not even, there's the up tilt, there's a neutral air of all things.
The key going to come out, you see Skipper anticipating it.
Yep. This could be its moment. He's air dodging for it. He's waiting. I think T's just using the pressure of the key and never actually using the key. And there's the trap.
Man, that's a classic.
That's a classic.
That's a classic.
You gotta be ready for that. You gotta be ready for that. And T, like we said before, he does, like he pulls the trigger, sometimes he does the kind of obvious thing, right? Like he throws out he jumps at you with Falcon front facing, it's gonna be a knee.
Yeah.
He's normal getting with Kazuya, it's gonna be an electric. He's rolling in with that setup, it's gonna be that setup, right? So in a lot of ways, like he is the most knowledge check heavy top player in the world. We actually did a coach's corner on T and Pac-Man a while back, and we talked about this a lot, and like how a lot of people look at that as like a bad thing, right? Like, oh, he's just knowledge checking you, but like he's a top 20 player in the world, sir. He is knowledge checking the
more
best of
than
the
top
best.
20, honestly.
Yes,
yes. Even higher.
That is like I'm being non-controversial.
Fair enough.
He is easily better than us, right? And the #1 seed today for singles.
Yes.
For good reason. So in a lot of ways, right? Like what T asked you to do is he's asked you to start at the beginning. Are you ready to counter the obvious choice? And only when you are countering the obvious choice does he adjust what he does.
And that's so good, given layers
insane.
from the start, bro.
A lot of people will give you respect before you earn it.
Yeah.
It's like you get into it, and of course Destany is not going to grab you because he knows you're afraid of the grab. But what if he does? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is T.
Yeah.
That is T. What if he does? And you got to be ready. You got to be ready for the quote-unquote obvious choice. You know why it's the obvious choice? Because it's the most rewarding.
Right? Yeah, and also because it's the most rewarding,
Exactly.
I'd say, yeah.
So, another electric start for Kazuya. But no KO yet, which means that Skipper has lived for longer than he has so far against the Kazuya.
Thank God.
We're making progress. Okay, the ledge trap, the up B from ledge again. T, what did I say? He's going for the most rewarding option.
Yeah.
Skipper setting up a ledge trap of his own, or an Edgeguard of his own, and they're up air from ledge again. Aggressive from ledge. T is always aggressive, right? Misses a move and throws out the Shoryu. Misses a Shoryu, throws out the electric. It's always aggression. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Buck Wild playstyle, man. Rewards.
It is Buckwell, but it's pretty. He's golden. He's shining.
I thought he was going to SD with him.
I wish he probably could. There's the run up Shoryu approach. Run up there. No, not quite a give, but T is putting on the pressure, forcing specific reactions out of Skipper and then controlling the pace of the match through that. No up out of shield on the donkey kick, but this is a good situation for Skipper. He's looking better than ever.
He was kind of bleeding out to start the game with that
upper from ledge. No upper from ledge, but Normal get a rage drive instead.
Lord.
Look at the damage. Look at the damage count. Ooh.
Same exact way to the stock from the Roy.
Yep.
And it's down to the Falco.
It's
and
down
this
to the
bird
Falco.
is about to get cooked. I know it's not Thanksgiving yet, but you know, we're getting close to it day by day, week by week in America. And Lord!
That is Curtis and T not even playing squad strike. The Kazuya taking 3 characters on his own. Copter.
If you just let him run wild, it's curtains, man.
If you let him run wild, it's Buck.
And that's his Buck, yeah.
Buck.
He definitely gets a bang for your buck. And I said it was curtains. That was a performance that I need to put the curtains away because we need to put Skipper away, man. Go into losers, take a breather, see what you can do in the lower bracket.
I just want to say for the viewers, that is not representative of Skipper skill.
Oh, obviously.
You put a top 50 player against T, he's gonna do them just the same.
Exact same.
I've
seen him do that versus some top players.
That is not me theorizing. That's facts. That's just straight up facts.
That's not controversial at all. And we're going to see Fritos against Longo.
Are first going to take a 15-minute break.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, guys, we're going to be right back with some more squad strike action, so don't go anywhere. Be sure to grab a drink or a snack, refreshments. Be sure to tune into the other stream while you're waiting for our return, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, hello,
hello, bonjour,
everyone. Bonjour, bonjour, salut. This is it, fellas. Thank you so much for tuning in. Light those lanterns, lock in those characters, because baby, we are going to gear up for the finals, for the top 8 of Squad Strike.
Yes,
okay?
The first part of the top 8 already happened, right?
Yeah, it did.
So can you enlighten me? Sorry, I was again on the doubles. If you didn't look at the doubles on the first stream.
You were in a different country.
Yes, I was, and I still have some
a little bit of
remaining French accent remaining here.
Just cough that out a bit.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I think it's way better now.
Yeah, that is much better.
So, can you enlighten me about what happened up to now?
I would love to. So, as you guys have seen, we've seen the previous iterations of Squad Strike being covered by Ramses and Fabs, and we are left with what I must say is a very interesting kind of top 8, and frankly, kind of a top 8. I don't want to say I called, because they're probably just the top seeds.
I don't want to say it.
But I am very worryingly excited about Squad Strike. I really enjoy Squad Strike, and I've been watching these players, watching these lineups, and there's a lot of players that I really thought were going to go far. Of course, coming up, we have got Fritos.
Yes.
Coming up against
surprising
Longo.
A lot of people.
Yeah, surprising a lot of people, right? They just have such a strong lineup of characters. It's playing so well, you know? That's what I love about Squad Strike. You know, multifaceted, really shows fundies, or really shows how kind of exuberant your specialities can be.
I actually loved this way you realized yesterday that the order of the characters is also very important. For example, with that Mario player moving on to, well, that was him actually.
It was
Mario just to warm up before going on the Mii Brawler.
Yeah.
And I love the way actually you have some kind of interesting sets and interesting takes in those kind of environments.
I am not going to be shutting up about these character drafts and these teams and these team comps.
I don't want you to shut up. That's perfect.
You're basically going to be watching League of Legends Nut Roast Edition, which is going to be fun.
Oh well, Nintendo, are you listening?
Yeah. We've got everyone else as well, of course. We've got lots of other players I really like. One of my, genuinely, I want to say might now be my favorite player of all time because of the things he's achieved today, HIKARU in top 8.
Good choice too, indeed.
I adore HIKARU. Absolute menace. A disgusting lineup of characters.
I have to confess that I am also a HIKARU fan. Did you see what he did in singles today?
What's that?
What did he do in singles today?
I saw the 1 minute 4 second game, if that's what you're talking about.
I think we are talking about
I think we might be talking
against
about
Sealands, right? The Robin player, eh?
Oh, no, I'm talking about something else.
Oh, something else happened.
That just goes to show how ludicrous HIKARU is.
Man, he went against Sealands, one of the best Robin in the country, in Europe actually, and he just went DK, got a shield break, got a power punch, and got another normal spike.
Yep.
I mean normal, you know what I mean, like with DK. So he did well, auto-restocked, and now, as you said, we have 2 players that already shined a bit yesterday, right? We have on one side Fritos with the perfect matchup, or the perfect lineup already, and Longo, the main Rob, and also doing well up to now. And we only lose the Smoggers, yes.
So, let's talk about team comps, baby. Let's get into it, right? So, Fritos has been so, you know, kind of disgusting here in Squad Strike because of this lineup. If you don't know about Fritos' Diddy Kong, you have not lived. This Diddy Kong is so good. And we were saying yesterday, Fritos has a great lineup in the sense that they got Diddy Kong, which is a different kind of play, you know, very multifaceted, can do a whole lot. They got the Mario and the Brawler. Now, Mario and Brawler are very similar characters, okay? People like to say that Brawler is kind of like a Fox Mario baby. Don't Google that. Which is very useful, because if you're playing this Mario, suddenly you go on to the Brawler, and you're basically playing a double stock, right? Yeah. You've got everything warmed up that you need to warm up. You've got momentum. Meanwhile, Longo, and no disrespect, is almost the opposite, right? Longo has this Rob that has just been such a linchpin in the game plan. A lot of Longo's games have just purely been the Rob carrying, and then the other two just to shore up the weaknesses.
And but I can understand now the pick. You always say again there is the similarities between Mario and Mii Brawler, for example. And the thing is, going Mario from the get-go on that with those platforms would have been a good selection, considering you could juggle with the size of Rob here. Unfortunately, he got caught by that up smash, and Mario is gone. One of the main characters from Fritos just went out without being able to take a single shot out of Longo, and not even that much % when you consider the situation. Now, obviously, with Diddy Kong, he's going to be able to find a few juggles here and there, a few mix-ups, but is it going to be enough to tighten the gap?
Well, what I like about this is how these two have arranged their anchors, right? So if you don't know, an anchor is a character that you use. This is your trump card. This is what you use the best. A lot of people save it till last because they think they can sweep once they've chipped away at most resources. As you can see here, Longo is leading with it. He thinks he can take out a majority of the competition and then finish it off with two characters, Dark Samus and Wolf, who both have a lot of tools, who both are good in a lot of situations. They're not going to get matchup checked, which is always good.
When was that F smash?
Like I said, that Diddy Kong does ludicrous things, all right? You've got a gyro, but let me tell you, the item play is very, very clean right now. The Fox is here, still in advantage. If Longo can find a kill, would be very, very helpful.
Indeed.
But, well, this is the thing. See, if he can get this Diddy Kong down, Fritos has fantastically led with that Mario, which means it's now they've now got a nice little download on how, you know, how Longo likes to react, DI, you know, what they do with these panic options when you've got these stubby aerials. And so this Diddy, it's just it's free real estate currently.
Yeah, and the good execution from Fritos is still there with Mario, with Diddy Kong. Never mind, bye-bye. The monkey is dead. We are back into Rebrawler. He did a job though. With 71%, he roughly took one stock hole from Longo. Now we have to see if Fritos can game it, maybe catch fall from the landing with a good up B, or use the platform to find another up B there. That will be interesting considering again he has to work out that walk and then Dark Samus later on, and you can't see him go for those up B already.
Let's find out. Obviously PS2, a fairly decent stage, at least it's not triplats, but let me tell you, the ceiling is going to be very troublesome, especially when being put up into the air. But now Longo able to shore it up, still in the lead, a grab coming out, not going to kill. Definitely getting very, very close. There's the shot,
yeah.
but...
Oh man, you knew he was going for that side B. This was the only angle he could go to the ledge. And didn't incentivize on it. That shameful go now back here, I think, to get the kill. 72% behind against Samus, who, if she doesn't want to play the game, can actually just close the game and force you to try to approach. And you can see that's already what's happening. A lot of good defensive options, but whenever you give him an opportunity, he'll be there to catch you with those fair, late again and again. Now the gap again is widening between the two players. The Fritos didn't manage to connect a single hit against that Longo, and Longo is just running away with the victory now.
Yeah, it's a very good lineup, right? There's Dark Samus able to keep this brawler at bay. There's the clash, but alas, you've just got too high percent. Fritos bowing out, Longo taking the first game.
And I love what we've seen here, starting with the anchor, as you were saying. Rob doing a lot of job taking his first stock, taking around 50 or 70%, I think, on Diddy afterwards, before dying. And Wolf just being there to help out the debris, the little like remaining of that monkey before attacking the last character. And Samus was just there, forcing interactions from that me brawler, while again, she had the tool just to annoy you while you were trying to approach. We didn't see a single up B out of shield yet, which means that he didn't manage to reach that shield.
Definitely not, definitely not. As we get into the game, both of these players are going to sort of shore up their game plans. What I'm really excited to see is stage selection, because Longo had a very interesting advantage there, right? So when you're playing against characters like Mario or Brawler who love these triplats, right, they can abuse the low ceiling, sure, but let me tell you who loves long stages. It is Samus. The fact that you are denying them from getting these crazy, you know, ladders, these Thrupper confirms, and then also giving yourself room to run away, it means that if you save that Samus till last, suddenly you've got a fresh Samus on a weakened opponent, and you have the distance to run. You don't need to worry. As we're back to PS2 right now, once again, we are leading off with the Mario and leading off with the Rob.
Yeah, and remaining will be the Rebrawler again. That's against that Samus again. So same situation as before, I would say, which is kind of worrisome if the same pattern, if the same scheme appears to right now. And when you look at it, again, Longo is taking the first hit here.
It certainly is, taking a lot of damage. This drop has been so clutch for Longo, and it's such a great character as well. You've got so many things to play with, 16% and already a character down. But I do like this. I think this is a good adaptation from Longo.
Sorry, I thought that he was ending up with me Brawler and not, but good adaptation, as you were saying, from Longo here, just ending up with 50% on his first stock. And is he going to do the same thing now against that Brawler? There's a high chance, and you can see already damage ramping up. Is he going to find another kill before dying? There's a chance.
Let's find out. Definitely suffering. What I like about this, see, I like this lineup in theory. I like shifting it so you do Mario into Brawler instead of Mario into Diddy. The problem is, I think Fritos expected to do a lot more work on the Mario. And so what you do is you weaken the Rob, you've got the warm-up on the stubby Brawler, and then suddenly you come in and you clutch out a kill. But it was only 60%, and the Rob is running away with it,
Oh my goodness, they did the same job, one and the other. First one did manage to grab 25% on Rob, the second one too, and now Diddy Kong is doing the same. This is going south
Dangerous,
so quickly for Fritos here.
This Rob is so crucial, and is why Longo is sitting here in top 8. Disgusting.
What was that?
Disgusting. Running it back.
Look at that smirk! Look at that smirk!
He knows what he's done. He knows he's been a naughty boy, Humming. What can I say?
My goodness, that was horrid.
What can I say? What can I say? It was very tough. Honestly, I don't want to see Fritos change the character lineup. I think the character lineup is good. I think the stage is where it goes wrong.
He's thinking now.
And when I saw, the problem is I've seen Fritos do the finger movement, do the run it back. And I think you are giving Rob, I think you are giving Samus, I think you're giving Wolf far too much agency on PS2.
I do agree. Now, Inkling, Diddy Kong, sure. Are you also going to change the second character?
It's got to be Brawler, right?
Oh my goodness!
Ooh.
2 characters out of 3 has been changed. Is it going to be able to provide the same level of play with those 2 characters?
Well,
have you seen them? You say that you already seen a few games of him yesterday.
Honestly, I didn't see them pick these 2 characters, and clearly there is something wrong with that kind of stubby rushdown brawler-esque type.
Sure.
And you know, maybe you know you're going to PS2, so it's like, okay, well, I'll mix it up a little if I want to abuse that big body. Clearly, I like what's happened here. Fritos has gone with the Game & Watch, like, okay, I'll just nair that massive body a few times. And Longo saw it coming, and they've decided, you know what, this time I'm leading with a Fox. I know you're going to try and take out my linchpin early, and it's not going to work. I'm going to force you into a bad situation, and I'm going to 3-0 you. Let's see if Fritos can change their fate.
And now I can understand the pick of Game & Watch, thinking that Longo was also going with that Rob again at first pick. He wanted to counter it with that 2D character.
Ooh, nice. That could have been spicy. That could have been.
Indeed. But yeah, because of the fact that Longo was safe on his approaches with those backers on the platform and all, he could actually try to counter them with that up B out of shield with Game & Watch. Obviously, however, Longo did manage to think about it and swap the characters, going for Wolf with a lot more like interesting interaction with this character compared to the robot. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in both plays in there.
Exactly, very interesting. Right now, looks fairly even on these 2 characters. Fritos not connecting a whole lot of hits. When those hits do connect, they are definitely shoring him up. There's the berry, there's the up smash, good stuff.
Is it?
And there's the taunt.
Do you know the adage?
What's that?
The, how to say it in English, the expression, time to get bodied.
Taunt to get bodied. Isn't that right? And this goes to show another interesting meta, because I know a lot of very obscure tech about Squad Strike. So because the game is running on a measly Nintendo Switch, it can, if you don't know, it can lag a lot. And basically when the game is loading and deloading characters, it means you spawn later on the Angel platform, right? And because of what happens there, the spawn takes a while. Look at this! You can charge a gyro, you can do anything in that time.
Yeah.
But you can also taunt your opponent 3 times. It's the meta. It's the meta. What can I say?
What can I say? Well, maybe he shouldn't have taunted, considering right now Longo is on a good roll. And okay, maybe a good banana is going to chill out a bit the pace of the game, because for now, Longo was doing great.
Yeah, certainly was. Right now, the Rob is taking a lot of damage. Fritos really kicking up the heat right now. No, they're going to keep him back. Monkey Flip is a little bit too short, though. But this floor is looking like lava right now. It's always interesting to see, like, Rob versus Diddy, like 2 characters who are really proficient on playing around items, like actually fighting. And I think this is going to be an interesting bout. Yeah, and I love the way that Longo knows when Fritos is going to go for that banana and try either to grab the banana or cover the place he's going to be with those backers, as you have seen here. Just trying to grab some damage here and there in those interactions. However, good catch by Fritos on that up smash. The damage has already been done, and that Samus did wonders before. So there's a world where Longo does manage to grab that stock quite early without taking too much damage, and then finish off that Inkling we haven't seen yet. We have not seen that Inkling yet. I am curious why it is being used as the anchor. Clearly, Fritos is cooking something, but let me tell you, the Plantain's in the pan, the banana's on the ground. Here comes the up throw. Instead, going for the forward throw. Definitely wasn't ready to kill, decided just to get stage control instead. Just being absolutely beaten out by this banana, but instead, up special comes out, mixes it up, good stuff. And now you can say already that Fritos did the job. Even if he dies here, look at the person. It's already 80% on that Samus against Inkling, who does have that Booyah. And little by little, you're going to get into that range. You also have the Berry, you have so many tools to just grab a kill early. And all the work needs to be done yet on the side of Longo here. However, here, good catch, only 20%. Yeah, not much, I love Fritos immediately going for the roller. Because when you've only got one stock, one chance to view a character, you're not going to know how these kind of like gimmicky moves, how they like to be used. What was fantastic. Put everything into that spot dodge. Still not enough, just a little bit too sour though, as it's looking very, very dicey.
However, I'm kind of scared considering the kill power of Samus. 150% is just a Samus at full rage. And you can actually die at 75% if you just get caught by a smash, a good charge or something on ledge.
Let's find out right now. Just a little bit of boxing. Splat Bomb comes out, tether to the stage. Reads the roll, but just not enough. So close, fair, not going to connect. Trapped him on the platform, Humming. Where are we going?
Good dash attack here, but didn't manage to get the kill. Up air is not going to connect with the last hit here. You're preparing the paint for another grenade. Jump this time not to get caught. The up airs are here. He's going to get maybe a kill with a back throw too. Oh, what are you going? Nothing here. Good dash attack again, but this is the last hit that connected last time, so it's quite stale. 76% going for the roller, avoiding it. No, he is not going to kill yet, but 195%. The next throw can actually do it. Oh, okay, back here, but from the other side of the stage. What are you doing?
Jesus, challenging him instead, beating out there. Still not enough. You know what? Maybe this is why everyone dropped Inkling.
Wait. The Edgeguard from Longo. We didn't see it yet. What is he going to do? That worked? That worked! That worked! That worked!
Disgusting.
Longo, are you proud of yourself? He is! He is proud of himself!
He is. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely seemed like it was going to go, but they just didn't make it, you know. Unfortunate.
Fritos there did play way, however, they didn't manage actually to, well, finish the deal, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they played incredibly well. Like
they played really well, honestly, considering the adaptation compared to the first game and the second one. That Inkling did a lot of work, just didn't manage to seal the deal.
What a shame. What a shame. I would have loved to see more games. Fritos still definitely they are still one of my favorite players I think I've seen this squad strike. I think they did a great job.
So many variety in the characters. Again, that Inkling. And what was the first character? What was the first one?
What's that?
The first character they used.
First character, it was what, in that game?
Yeah.
In that game, it was the
just before Diddy.
Oh no, it wasn't the Diddy. It was the Game & Watch.
Game & Watch, yes.
Yeah.
They did wonders with it.
The thing is, what I love about Fritos is they have a really good mind for squad strike. I think they have a really good analytical mind for just how the game works. You know, they clearly were strategizing a lot in how they drafted their characters. They knew the win condition. They knew they had to shut down the Rob. But alas, just a very unfortunate mix-up there. Longo taking the game. What are you going to do?
But well, yeah, Longo deserves it in a way. 3-0 means also that you managed to have that clutch factor on your side, considering what happened during the three games of that set. Exactly. Now, we're moving into another two players I'm actually pleased to see. One of them is Skipped. We've seen him before.
Skipper, I'm a big Skipper fan.
Skipper,
myself.
sorry.
And I know I've said that about everyone, but I'm a big Skipper fan.
And I mean, you're a fan of Squad Strike anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I'm a big fan of Squad Strike. And Skipper embodies that. I think Skipper has a great character pool. A character pool so good, I genuinely couldn't figure out what their main was. Like, get ready for drums.
For some noise, yeah,
BMS
we're going to have
Jony.
the BMS and Solar Crew, both of them will be just there together. So for the last picture, I guess.
Yeah, we've seen Skipper rocking yesterday. Saw them rocking the Falco, which did untold damage, and I do believe. Well, you know, I do believe coming pretty close. All right,
yes, indeed.
But,
he's going to face Destany.
Yep, going to face Destiny, which is very exciting. All right, Destiny themselves. Actually, when I commentated Destiny, they were very close to kind of bowing out. You know, almost fell down to a Joker, which I unfortunately cannot remember the name of. But Destiny has proved that they can push the distance. They can make the grade. And you know what? Here we are at top 8. And you know what? The thing about Destiny is they use a character that I think is custom made for Squad Strike. And that is Terry.
I do agree with that. Obviously, that 100% DLC factor, let's say.
Yeah.
Now, you know, this is why you pay those €5.
It is.
Is going to help a lot because if you do manage to take the first stock, you're going to start the next character coming in with that go ready, with that Power Geyser, with that Buster Wolf, and it just, as you say, it snowballs so easily. In those kind of situations, you're going to suffer a lot if you do not manage to stop that Terry going bonkers.
Yeah, and there's the interesting thing about Squad Strike is if you look at the top 8. It's all players who play characters that they're all characters that kind of have they don't have a very specific weakness, right? if you see a character specialist, chances are they have a Mario in the back, they have a Roy in the back. Skipper's kind of the same, in the sense that they've got this Roy, got this Falco, and so when you look at Destiny and you see that Terry, and you see, you know what, you've got that snowball effect. If you take one, you can take them all. Honestly, looking at Skipper's Falco is the exact same thing. It's a snowball effect on its own. I saw that thing sweep teams yesterday.
Yes, we saw it together because those cutscenes were clean.
Crazy.
There was no press X to skip here. You had to look at them from the get-go.
And what happens when you beat that Falco? That Falco's taken out one of your players easily. You're at 100%. It's okay. It'll be fine. Great. An invincible Roy drops from the ceiling, and you've got to deal with that.
Surprise.
And so it's a snowball fight. Frankly, you know, log on to Club Penguin. Let's have a little bit of a bout, okay? Now, Destiny's lineup is very interesting. I'm a big fan of Little Mac in Squad Strike. I think it's very strong. But I do hope Destiny has put a little bit of work in, because from what we saw, the Meta Knight was not particularly strong.
I did not see it yet, and I have to admit that I'm quite scared for that Little Mac here, because if he does make the mistake of starting with it or making it a mid, okay, last one, I prefer that. However, that Mario is going to be hard because of the juggle, because of the fact that you can lose that KO punch quite quickly, because this is not a mechanic that can be useful in a specific squad strike, because of the fact that you can get rid of the second character if you do manage to keep it from the first one to the second one. Now, Falco against Meta Knight, both of them are known for those cutscenes again. Let's see who gets the first one.
Let's find out right now. I do like the Meta Knight lead. I think it is strong. Theoretically, if it is your weakest character, or honestly, maybe Destiny just had, you know, a bad couple Meta Knight rounds yesterday, it is good to lead with it. All right, you want to chip down this Falco. You want to start him at a disadvantage. Right, someone like Meta Knight is able to at least kind of go toe-to-toe with the kind of aerial game, you know, its mobility.
I cannot get the pick, but if you look at the percents, okay, finally managing to find a way to express itself, but only 40%. I would maybe more incentivize on the recovery of Falco here, because this is kind of a linear one. You can kind of take abuse a bit, and I didn't go out there to catch him out. Yeah. Look, always staying on the ledge. I don't fancy that.
Let's find out right now. The jab coming through, sent up, sent out. There we are. See if we can find anything up the top there. I do like the movements there. Great dimensional cape.
Sexy. I'm going for the air smash here. It is safe, so we don't care. Going for the up B, however, I don't... okay.
Yeah, it could have been very dicey. And you know what? I'm eating my words. You know, I've got my meal token out. I'm chowing down on them because, frankly, this Meta Knight did a lot of work to take down that Falco. Falcos that have, frankly, taken absolute lists of characters yesterday.
And going for the RB here is going to take... Look, as you say, the work that Meta Knight did was perfect, and using that individual ability the same way Skipper would have used his with that Roy was perfect. Evening the odds again, and now that's a matchup I don't see that much.
I really like the team lineup here. I like the mentality before around it, right? I think having Terry in the middle is fantastic. I know a lot of people are like, okay, well, it's my best character, save it for last, or I'll have it first. Terry in the middle is great because it means you can have kind of like a facade as your first character, almost killing the burning knuckle there, and then you can have Terry in the middle, which means you have maximum time to be at go and take as many lives as possible. You get a go on your last stock, and maximum you're killing one character and winning the game, right? You have it in the middle, you can kill at least 3 characters with those ludicrous moves and still have change in the bank, baby.
Yeah, however, you need to be scared of that Roy because of jabbing to backers. This is the kind of character that had the kill power to get rid of you quickly. And yes, you have go at 100%, but the problem is you're at 100%.
Exactly.
And in that lineup, sure, Roy is going to be like the only one to be able to kill you quickly this percent. Now, Little Mac has a lot of work to do. Sure,
going for the fantastic stuff for Destiny
and
there.
This one's going to kill. Good call again. Those up Bs, he did manage to take the first 2 stocks with an up B.
Yeah. This is what happens now, all right. Great work done by the Roy. Now we've got Mario versus Mac. We've got to see how Skipper's Mario does. Didn't see them super commonly, all right, but I've no doubt they are quite strong. Just got to deal with this Mac, all right. Such little time to adapt. Such little time to figure it out. There's the ladder. Great reverse, but it's just not. There's a KO punch. A smile on Destiny's face, and Skipper, you know what? Skipper's just like, all right, okay, we're doing this, are we?
I saw it, I was like, wait, there's a KO punch. Oh, okay, well, never mind. And it's gone.
There it is.
Well, good job by Destiny here, reversing the tables, turning the tables. That's how we say it.
That is it. And you know what? I'm starting to see the light, right? I was a little bit...
It's out there.
Oh, there it is. I was starting to see, I had issues yesterday with like the Meta Knight because I thought this isn't really doing much work.
Yeah.
But what I think a lot of people misunderstand about Squad Strike, and I don't blame them because you know, a lot of people just don't know about Squad Strike because it's just a side event. I think a lot of people mix up like, what's good about Squad Strike is you can shore up your weaknesses with a squad, right? When you get like, so for yesterday, for example, you saw people picking Roy and Crom because it's like, oh great, well you're good with both characters and you're basically playing the same character. It's not what you want. Because if someone figures out the Roy, guess what? They figured out the Crom, and suddenly 66% of your lineup is gone. Meanwhile, you've got Meta Knight, you've got Terry, and then you've got Little Mac. 3 characters that can really just do it all, right? Meta Knight for the chip, for the aerial, Terry for the comeback factor, and Little Mac just for those quick kills and insane burst ranges. Very, very smart from Destiny. We're going to see if Skipper can adapt.
Yeah, and now compared to the first game, I'm actually not convinced by the change from Skipper in the order of the characters, because we've seen how you was talking about Terry and his kill power and the fact that he's kind of a threat when he's reached those 100%, and how, well, Roy was one of the only characters being able to kill you at those percent quite quickly. Now, moving Mario into second place is not going to be that great, considering he needs to find those juggles to get you out of those, to take your stock, and I'm kind of scared about what's going to happen. However, here, again, same job.
There
Taking around 90%, great, and going on to Terry here. However, I think he will need more than one interaction to take the stock.
I would think so. I would think so right now. Destiny cut in a cutscene, as you say, sent up once again, but a perfect angle. That was a very raw up special. Not sure what you're going for there, son.
Finding a good hit here. Good reflect, but nothing will come out of it. Going for the power... Oh, Duster Wolf? Not Duster Wolf. What was it? Power Dunk.
Oh, great catch. There's a rising tackle.
Same situation as before.
Do you ever get that feeling of deja vu?
Yes. And that's literally what happened. We've 40% more sure. Now we're moving to the Mario, but look at the person. It's already evened out.
I like putting the Mario in the middle. I think it's smart. I like having Roy as the clutch factor.
Yeah, but how are you going to get rid of that Terry at once it's at 100%?
Okay, I would like it in theory if we weren't on Hollow Bastion. You've got a good point, actually, yes. What a call out! Still dies Skipper, having to do a lot of work. Got to deal with the Terry, got to deal with
the Little Mac. Going again with that upbeat, 80% on Terry. Is it going to be the same Dancing Blade? Yes.
Oh, that was sweet.
Not going to heal, and this is the worst situation for Sneak Keeper here, because 100% means that you have the power, the Buster Wolf, and everything on deck. Is he going to find one before dying, though?
Let's find out. Very
this is how it starts.
Special sent up, not going to kill, of course. We just need to find a back air. We just need to find something there to send off. This could be where it happens.
Okay, going for the not a safe option here, but did manage to get out of it nonetheless. Trying for the back. Yeah, okay. He found it. And finally, the Little Mac against Roy. Not the matchup I would have guessed I would have seen there, but let's see how it goes.
Find out right now. Obviously, having this sword is going to work a lot better.
Oh, yes.
Forcing him up. A great juggle. Fantastic stuff. There's the jab, but Lil Mac's frames just a little bit too much. Not able to follow up right there as the up special comes out. The panic option. KO punches on the horizon right there. Tries to call it out with the counter.
You've seen already how it ended up. Is it going to...
Oh, there he goes.
And sure, the problems of Little Mac with that recovery, you're going to get big gimped, even if it's by a Roy. That was perfectly well executed by Skipper. Just going there for the sour spot of the back air was enough. Not going to go for something fancy when you just can't get a kill quickly like this. So, well done by Skipper here.
It's all on Destiny now, honestly, right? You've got the data.
I do agree.
Yeah, you know that you've got enough data now to know that if you keep your lineup, if you send out Meta Knight first, chances are they're going to lose to the Falco. You'll trade, you'll get a little bit onto Terry, but you will lose that Meta Knight in exchange for taking out Skipper's Falco, which is terrifying, right? But you've proven so far that you can beat the Little Mac with the Roy. So as you can see, everything's crossing over. It's like, how do I organize this? How do I predict what my opponent's going to do well enough that I can have as many good matchups as possible? And you know what? I think this is a bit of a smart option. Am
I seeing wrong, or is he going to start with Little Mac here?
That is starting with Little Mac.
Fancy. I like what he's doing.
Matchup. I like it as well. I think it's smart. Whether he expected Skipper to go with the Falco or not, this is a good matchup. It is one that has been proven to go the way of Skipper.
Yeah, the last time it happened. Whoa! Again with the good call-outs. He didn't manage to get that one, but is it another jungle? Oh, no, not a platform. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay.
Almost dragged down there. The KO punch is awake.
He wanted the cow punch.
Let's see it. Oh, I like the
Why would I
mix-up.
need the
That
KO
was
punch?
great. No KO punch required. Honestly, the Little Mac is a fiend on those platforms. And now you've taken out the Mario with the Little Mac as well. You can see if you can get anything onto this Falco. Not going to be likely.
I mean, he did the job. Last time
job.
it happened, he had to only take out Mario. He did it. Perfect. Now, that's a matchup we didn't see that much, considering that every time Terry was used on the Falco, he was already at 90% or so. However, here, twice you're getting caught by that, man.
It's really, really dependent on this Terry now. Because frankly, if you send out Meta Knight against Roy 0-0, I'm sorry to say, Destiny, I don't think you're taking that. But if you can bring this Falco out of the picture, you've got a little bit of go. That's what we're talking about. You can have the snowball, buddy.
What did he want to go with there? I don't understand. Going again for the same options. Look at the percent. Next interaction can be fitter. If he doesn't drop the shield,
buttons.
this is the same beat that took the life of Falco the 2 first times.
Well, let's see it. We have seen Skipper's Roy do some absolute work before, but now he's got to deal with a fairly fresh Terry. And fair enough, if they can find a kill before that sweet 100, then suddenly Skipper is living. Skipper is easy money, baby. But they have got to take out the Terry first, and that's where things get scary.
Yeah, again, we've seen how those interactions were going kind of even if Skipper did manage to find the kills on that Terry before. Look at this. Is he going to go for an Edgeguard? He's going to try to get it with a sour spot into connect. That didn't connect into nothing. But for now, that go can just change the whole situation.
Let's find out. There's a couple of power waves coming
Parry
up.
into what?
Parry, not enough. There's a dancing blade, but a little bit too far away.
Sure.
Sent very low. A little too low, if you ask me.
You're not Meta Knight yet.
Yet,
would have worked with that character, but well.
He thought he had the Pokemon trainer switch, so it's fair enough.
And I'm not confident in there, considering again the kill power. Okay, that was a drop. He didn't get it.
Let's find out. A couple of jabs coming in, and it's not the worst situation for Destiny, but it's not the best either. We've seen that this Roy is a force to be reckoned with. A little bit of damage put on by the Terry. If you force him off, if you can give that recovery, that is the way to win. That is your condition, son. We're going to see if Skipper can push it all the way. No jab required. Perfect parry.
I love it. Is he going to go for an Edgeguard? Yes, he didn't manage to connect, and here Roy is just going to love it. Not finding the kill, but the next one sure is going to seal the deal. However, 80% in a good Edgeguard phase from Destiny can also do it. He just needs to find a perfect hit, considering his few attempts up to now didn't manage to do anything. Here we're going to... Oh, this is where you could have caught here with a back air. Didn't manage to find it. Now you're going to add pressure on that shield, sure, but both are... No!
Great out of shield. Fantastic stuff. And that is always very scary for Roy. Challenging shield as Roy is a real pain.
I do agree. You don't have that many tools, indeed.
You don't. What are you going to do? Oh, you're going to space your sword on shield? Guess what? Roy's space aerials suck. Yeah, have fun, loser. Good job picking a swordie.
Oh, and here the landing with Meta Knight with that fur catching, as you say, the out of shield option from Skipper was perfect. That upbeat just again surprising him, because this is the first time he actually manages to not use it. He did try it a few times before, but connect it for sure.
Exactly.
Oh no, not a Meta, no, you're going to use a pit, my boy.
And you know, it's a 5-game set. I think 5-game squad strike is very interesting because you can mix it up. You can download your opponent.
Yo, what a mix-up!
Yeah, I know, right? Well, Skipper obviously feeling confident, and like I said, like we've seen it. Depending on how these characters are ordered, it really does affect how things look. And honestly, that last lineup was very, very strong. A lot of it due to that Meta Knight doing a lot more work than it needed to. As here we open up.
Little Mac against Roy.
Yeah, the Roy opening up. We've already seen that Skipper seems quite confident against Little Mac on this Roy.
Yes, and those Edgeguard were actually good on his side, considering that the ones Destiny tried with his Meta Knight didn't manage to well achieve anything. Okay.
Imagine Destiny was probably expecting the Falco, but that's quite enough. I like the Roy lead. I think it's going to be quite strong, quite solid.
Just don't want to get down off that platform. I can understand why, considering the baddest option, the worst option of Destiny Address if you want to reach him up there.
You can kind of see, and not to comment on either of these players' skill with any of these characters, of course, but both players have kind of gone for the same thing, where they put it in.
Same thing, eh? Same thing.
Fantastic. That is the KO punch we were waiting for. Beautiful stuff. Look at the team comps, all right? They've started off with, they're leaving their quote-unquote worst characters till last. They got the anchor in the middle, and then they're starting off with a skill matchup, you know, theoretically. Yeah, and let me tell you, that KO punch looked like skill to me.
Again, surprising him here. And is he going to find a bit more percent? Already 40% on the Falco is kind of great. However, here the back throw, you're not coming back.
Are you?
Yeah, no, man, you're laser back here.
Yeah.
I mean, what would have been interesting, instead of using maybe that side B, he could have gone for a counter. That would have helped him get back in there.
It does. A lot of very interesting ways Max can recover. Frankly, you could probably write an essay on it. It's actually very interesting. But unfortunately, it looks like Destiny did not read said essay. And so instead, it's a battle of the mains! Let me tell you.
Kill here by Destiny.
That was crisp. All right, Skipper needs to take a moment to recover. They're well aware this could be the last stock, the last chance.
Yes, and compared to the previous times, this one, no ace in the deck for Skipper. You're there with your last Mario compared to Destiny, who's still there with his Terry and not yet on go. And you still have that Meta Knight who did a lot of good work earlier. So it's looking kind of tense for Skipper here.
Certainly is 100 for Terry. Burning Knuckles sends them out, and Destiny takes it.
Quite cleanly compared to the first part of that set, to be honest. I mean, this fourth game was perfectly well done, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. We saw some very interesting lineup changes. I really, really enjoyed it. Very sad that my GOATs, Skipper and Frito, they have not lived to fight another day. But
I mean, the Carsicus decided to have a new form.
Anyone
I
love dies.
Wait, what?
What?
Sorry, but a problem with the stream here.
Yeah, very unfortunate, very unfortunate. But Skipper did a fantastic job. We're going to see what they can do. I believe they'll lose a 64 tomorrow. Could be wrong about that. But Destiny's sitting pretty, sitting in that chair, ready for their next opponent. That is Longo.
Oh.
Or is Longo kicking them out of the chair?
Yeah, this is my chair. I have my setup
Longo
here.
has walked over and kicked Destiny out of the chair. Now that's
the meta game has already been won by Longo.
I'm talking about all this boring squad
Longo,
strike meta.
I'm not sure this is positive attitude here.
The true meta.
I don't think this is positive attitude.
That's true. That is true.
Are you sure?
Longo
Are you sure you don't want to let your chair to him?
And Longo is doing no hate November. I will leave that to the panel to decide. As Destiny going to make
We
his
will
way
ask
over.
the council.
We will ask the council. We will ask the council. So Destiny going to sit down here. Fantastic stuff. And honestly, I always find this very interesting when you've got a player who has just had a very intense, long stream game, and you put them up again because it's a catch-22, right? Either you're warmed
It works both
up,
ways, yeah.
Yeah, either you're warmed up, you're ready to go, you're nice and nimble, your hands are nice and toasty, or you're a little bit exhausted. You haven't had a breather, right? You haven't had a drink, you haven't had a second, right? And now you've got to readapt to what could theoretically be like 15 different characters.
Yeah, but we are no monsters. If he were to ask for a pose, I guess we would have given him.
Of course. We are nice here.
It means that he's kind of pumped up to the situation, I guess.
That is true. That is true. Thank you to our wonderful TO team. Thank you to our wonderful streamers, of course, them working tirelessly to bring us a fantastic event.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff.
Thank you, Encover. Thank you, Reversal, for the venue, for the production.
Great stuff.
And as we say, this is only one event among others. We have doubles going on VGBC 1 and TPK Live. We have other games. Maybe not. I think it's a bit late now. Going on the other venue because we have two venues here. We have one specialized for Smash Brothers, which is the place we are in, and another one where the 10 other games will have their event going. So yeah, did you take a look at the other venue?
Oh, I did. It's very cool, very large, and very fighty. There's a massive UFA.
It is very fighting. It is very fighting game.
Very fighty. Very fighty. There's a massive UFA sign made out of polystyrene that just looks gorgeous. And you know what? I think I've taken like 16 pictures in front of it.
Take a picture of it.
Yeah.
I'll try tomorrow.
Yeah, no, you should.
So,
be very natural.
They're going for the stage selection, I guess. Looking at Longo making the fish.
They do look. They do both look to be in deep thought, pondering. Great pondering faces from these two. Unfortunately, we don't have a camera on, but yeah, no, they are.
Next time.
They look fabulous. They look wonderful. As these two are getting ready now, their lineups. Obviously, we've seen them both already on stream. Going to be interesting.
Yeah, Rob into what was it?
So it'll be Rob. So their
Dark
main,
Summers.
Yeah, their main.
Wolf.
Yeah, their main anchor points will be, of course, that Rob and that Terry. All right, and of course, Longo busted out with Dark Samus before, always very solid, and then we've got the Wolf as well. Very fundy, very Fundy's 9-to-5 characters.
Yeah.
You know, they put the shift in. What can I say?
I'm actually scared in the matchup against that Dark Samus because I'm scared we're going to have the same situation we had in the previous 2 sets prior. considering that I do not see Destany having good ways to get in there.
I agree.
With that Dark Summons. Sure, maybe with misunderstanding, you will have Little Mac be able to do something. But with Little Mac, how are you going to get back on the terrain, considering all those little dandies that Samus can just rain on your face?
It is the question. Honestly, I think if Little Mac goes up against Longo's Rob, it's that Little Mac is donezo. I think it's gone.
The only one would be Wolf, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be fine.
So,
I even think Little Mac is worth trying against the Samus, even though that offstage would be a nightmare.
So I guess the job for Destiny here is just to aim for that Samus or Wolf. Yeah, ending up with it, sure. Starting with Meta Knight, good choice, I think, against Rob.
I think so as well.
I think that's going to be a good one.
I think this is a really solid lineup to start off with.
Yeah, that's the best one.
I think Meta Knight is really good at feeling out what's going on, racking up damage. Terry, obviously, an amazing filling for a sandwich, let me tell you. Then you got that Little Mac just to clutch anything out. But the problem is dealing with this Rob. All right, maybe you want the Little Mac kill power to deal with him, but the Meta Knight doing a great job already.
Oh, yeah, and what a job already finding a good combo here. We know that sure, Rob is kind of big, so you can abuse it a bit. But finding for 50% on the combo with your secondary Little Mac on someone the caliber of Longo, that's great actually, and still going on.
Yeah, let's see if they can make it all the way out. There's the bust. Can't quite make it out. Tries to chase him all the way out.
Going with that little bit wide. What?
Oh, what a call out! Throws the gyro to force him to go high, and then suddenly that back air is ready and waiting. Where's the mash? Not quite there, buddy. There's the tilt. Sends him off. Dimensional cape. Oh!
Good call out, but the back air is good. No, not yet. Okay, I'm kind of surprised again that Meta Knight survived
this. Every time Destiny picks an option, there's an enormous hitbox that has been started a couple frames earlier.
Yeah. Issue when you have a character with a lot of double jumps is that they tend to use at least one of them disadvantage as soon as they can, and this is what Longo was covering, and here covering the normal get-up with it there is going to get the first kill of the set. Now the question is, Destiny, is he going to be able to end the stock of that round quickly without taking that much damage? Is it going to be enough? Yes, again, that have been saving his Matrix.
And now this is a really good position for Destiny. You have traded a Meta Knight for a Rob, and I'll take that any day of the week.
I mean, comparing, as we said, it was his anchor. Now we are moving on to the anchor for Destiny. Sure, Longo will have to with that Dark Summons, with that Wolf. And again, I am having issues seeing how Destiny will be able to finish it off with that Little Mac, but we shall see. For now, Longo is just dancing around that shuttle player and doing well.
Yeah, definitely. As a falling air catches through, spot dodge just to avoid the grab. The power dunk as well. Could find a kill, but the one thing Longo has going for them is at least Roy and Rob do similar things in the sense that you have to bait your opponent into a hitbox. Still not looking too good right now as the bear comes through. Go is online, Humming V.
Yeah, perfect situation again for Destiny! If he didn't... he survived this, so that's great, because for now the Go can actually take that stock quickly without dying, and again you can then ramp up damage on that Dark Summons quickly. If you do manage to get a single opening in there, find the Buster Wolf is going to be enough. Now this is the moment where we shall see if he can fight. Yes, this is how it starts!
It is that Terry could do a lot of work right there, not even letting him land!
My goodness, let him breathe! He didn't manage to charge a single projectile up to now.
That's true. There goes the bear, charging up. A couple of bombs just to be out the rising tackle. I love the aggression from Destiny.
And this is where it gets fancy.
Now, I like this. I think if Little Mac could start every stock with their opponent at 70, he'd be a much better character. Let's see if it's true.
Okay, so how is it? Oh, wow, you're approaching with Dark Summons, my boy.
Let's find out. To that burst range, very, very scary. Going back with a charge shot, going to see if we can find anything. Landing down there, Jesus, man!
Okay, recovery will be safe for now, but oh my God, be careful.
Down, keeping it patient. There's the jab. Both these players love getting those little jab mix-ups. Okay, half charge.
This is a real grab,
even necessary.
and you die from this.
Give us another. Never mind.
Oh my! Oh! No! Oh, why?
Perfect haymaker.
Okay.
They can do another landing down there. There's the jab.
Yeah, but also you're going to do a back throw again. I don't understand
coming.
why he doesn't manage to get back on the...
Oh, he went for it! Thank goodness for jab right there, as now Longo looking to short it up. Not even worth going for the up throws, even just a juggle. You just want to throw him off the side, and the bear will get it done. Very close from Destiny, but Longo
Very close. Very close.
Very close.
What do you mean, very close?
Did you see the same stop animation of KO punch I did?
I actually did. Destany didn't manage to connect a single hit for last 40 seconds. He was just getting hit again and again and again and again by those projectiles. He did manage before, sure, to avoid getting like just letting the time for. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're still in there. Oh wait,
Jesus.
you're not.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not in the nice November shoot. So
oh yeah, that's
I
true.
can actually do it.
But yeah, no. As rough as that last neutral was, it was still a dash attack away.
You know what?
Death.
You're our guest here, so I'm going to let you have
You can
this
bite
one.
your tongue, sir, as I live my Little Mac fantasy.
Leave me in my Oh, wait.
Now, we saw this yesterday.
That's true, but
we saw it in a different way.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Longo was commonly swapping out the Dark Samus for Byleth, but now it's the Wolves.
yeah, considering the work Dark Samus did, I can understand why compared to the one Wolf did.
Yeah, agreed. I think Wolf definitely struggles against this team. Wolf's always a difficult character because they have amazing neutral, and no one's really figured out over the past several years whether Wolf is incredible at killing or terrible at killing. People still don't really know that, and so it can.
No, this is what you call a character with a lot of potential.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. I mean, we've all given up on Inkling, but no, Wolf is still around. Still got enough magic, but. Longo not really feeling it for this specific matchup right now. Starting once again with the Rob versus the Meta Knight. Obviously didn't go too well last time. Leading off of this Rob is almost dangerous, and that could have been curtains for Longo. I think.
That would have been quite dangerous here for Longo, but he did manage to even the odds here and take the full advantage in that situation. I'm quite, again, amazed by the way he does play with that mod, with that big hitbox, while Destiny just trying to connect a first part of the combo, and then good call out on the F smash here again, but didn't manage to get the hit.
It's true. Very, very close, but once again, Longo's amazing with these back airs.
Look at that, he's going with a little back now.
Whoops. Sent off. Honestly, I feel a lot worse about this matchup right here. I think Longo could possibly run away with this if he's not careful. Let's back chase.
Lot of movements.
Land. Oh my goodness. Good job not being baited into a grab though. Immediately tried to go for the up special. The jab sent up nice and high. Ooh, careful, buddy. Let's not get cheeky now. Forced onto the platform. Set up. There it is.
Yeah, predicting the jump here and catching it with an up smash was perfect. He needed that to get back in that game, but look at the matchup now. Dark Samus against Intermac last time didn't end that well. And, well, let's see if, Destiny will be able to adapt. He does have the KO punch, but he will not be able to. See, again, the same issue.
Unfortunately.
Do you want to talk about it?
I'd love to, actually.
Sure.
I'd love to. I thought there was potential there. I
thought there was potential.
Look, I need a moment.
Yeah.
I need a moment. Hold on.
Now, again, moving on to Dark
Samus. My retirement. As the battle is here, all right? This is going to be interesting. Obviously, the Terry is here. I've mentioned before, I'm not the biggest fan of Terry as a final character, but this is a good situation for him to be in, right? At least he's got two bodies to pile up.
Yes, so half of the deal is still there. He will have a lot of work to do if he does manage to kill that Dark Samus, because for now, Longo is just running with the win.
Yeah, certainly. Sent off the fair, forced out once again, dodging the charge shot, barely. On the air dodge, though.
And the movements of Longo was perfect. And we were talking about the movement from that Little Mac before, but honestly, it doesn't have anything to want about it.
What a catch!
Not finding the kill, though.
Yeah, sent up very, very high. Almost there. Go is active. We can take out this Samus. There could be something. That Violet is very cold. What can I say, Buster Wolf?
Natural Buster Wolf, sure. Do you want any sugar or any salt with it?
That's one
No,
way.
thank you.
There he is. Sent out, exploded. And now this Violet's got a lot of work to do. Never mind.
What's a lot of work?
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Hello
it's
there.
Fine.
Nani.
I love Squad
talk about
Strike,
that Little
man.
Mac, my boy.
I love Squad. Right, honestly, I think the Little Mac's... Shake on it right now. That Little Mac is going to give Destiny the run back. I promise. I promise Little Mac is going to win Destiny this set. I promise you. I promise. I promise. I promise.
I shake.
All right, watch me.
I just shake with a Brit, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
you know how it's going to end.
Can we have some hand sanitizer, actually?
Oh, did you just...
What? Oh, no, I'm a germaphobe. Sorry, I just get a bit, you know... What? It's nothing to do with you. Where are you from? Are you from Birmingham or something? I love Squad Strike, man.
What's that? So, yeah, same roster because it worked. Now, the order is going to be important.
Yeah. That is what's going to be very interesting.
Same one?
Same again. Leading off with that Meta Knight Rob. And it is entirely the same matchup. Interesting, very interesting. I'd love to analyze that Violet, but this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it got a 100% hit rate.
Yeah, I know. That's almost unheard of, right? It's crazy.
Longo is better Violet than Leo.
Yeah, possibly. I'm very curious what Longo's reasoning is behind leading Rob every time, because he's more than happy to take the Meta Knight trade, when honestly I feel he could find a lot more value with this Rob if you save it for a little bit later.
I mean, you can actually ask him.
I probably could. If once he loses to reverse through Little Mac, I'll bring him over and I'll...
Honestly, if he does get reverse 3... Oh, no, I'm not going to end that sentence. You know what?
Right, easy. I think it's pretty rough right now. Obviously, this is how all the first games have gone. But we'll see who manages to clutch it out, tries to read it, and once again, that is how he's finding these kills. All right, forcing a very standard get-up option, finding it. Let's see if we get the berry. Let's see what he's looking for.
Yeah, the other was out with nothing afterwards, and going now for the hit after the Galactic Cape, is it the name of it?
Yeah, Dimensional Cape.
Dimensional Cape, yeah. Finding another good one here. Ooh. Trying to get the gift!
So close, good job. Retreat to ledge though.
Oh, and this is going to be dead.
There it is.
I love the weight here. Normally people will go for punish after the jab here, but he knew he couldn't do anything, so he tried to go for defensive option later on. Yeah. However, here, getting killed by that Little Mac, because he was spamming an attack in that uppy, it's kind of worrisome. Obviously, it's going to be a Dark Summit, so I'm not worried at all. But for you viewers, let's say it was worrisome for you too.
Yeah, exactly, for my own well-being. I like to think
I am shaking here. Oh my goodness.
All right, just you wait.
Is Longo going to make it?
Destiny, come on, you've got this, son. What I like to think is that Destiny doesn't actually know how to play Little Mac, and he's just like, oh, Little Mac also has Rising Tackle. I guess that'll work. We'll just go with that. They kind of have the same there. Sent out once again, trying to make his way back to stage. Tries to charge up the Force, instead can't. Back to the center of the stage though. KO punch is coming. Dash attack a little bit dicey right there. Gonna recover low. Where's the get up KO punch, man? Not quite enough.
It was there.
That's
you see
unfortunate.
it.
That's unfortunate. Make it back once again.
Okay.
Money in the bank. Woo! Oh,
still alive.
Not enough.
Still alive.
Still alive.
I wanted my words.
Right,
I'm still there, guys.
Never mind. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's all right. Everyone chill out. Everyone go home. It's fine.
And that's what I was expecting. There we go.
There it goes. And the sad thing is, if that bomb had been a little bit lower, he would have been saved. Yeah. Just dangling the carrot in front of his face. That is cruel. That is
this is what
sad.
you call despair.
That is looking in the face. But let me tell you, despair also comes in the form of Terry and Terry Go. All right. Obviously, a lot of work for Destiny to do to bring this back.
Ooh, that recovery is getting punished accordingly by Longo, taking a lot of advantage here. Already 50% on the last stock of Destiny. I'm not feeling confident for your boy here.
Yeah, definitely not at all. Looks like it's going to get traded again, so far away, and that's got to be it.
Wait,
sent down, ducked down, that's the stuff.
Staying alive, staying alive. Okay.
Well, we'll see. We will see. Longo could definitely shore this up with the Samus, but 96. We are so close to a go. But to be honest, we've seen this before, and I'm going to see how it goes. There's the turnaround, gets the Rising Tackle.
Yeah, I mean, again, he took so many stock with that, and is he going to be one hit again?
Let's find out. Punished by. But the thing is, 99, that's pretty awkward.
That's the best place to be for Longo.
Yeah. You're at kill percent, but you don't have access to go.
There we go.
There it is. There's the tip.
Is he going to even the odds here? I want to say that Little Mac isn't the one who did the job, okay? Even if Destiny won, I consider my part done here.
Excellent.
Good catch here, no tech from Destiny, getting caught by that down tilt into upper. Longo played well, and you could say that he knew a few things about that bias, which we wanted to see in previous game.
We did. Fantastic work from Longo. I'd love to get a little chat with him if we get a second.
Oh, can you come in?
If we get a second. But yeah, no,
Thank
fantastic stuff.
Props to Destiny too.
Great work from Destiny. Really fun stuff. Really, really great making it this far.
Talk about that.
It's all right. I'll sob into my pillow later, Hummingbee. All right, don't you fret. Don't you fret.